What is good, everybody? Welcome to episode 56 of Ray's Cigar Lounge Live. I am the official, unofficial king of the late night cigar jam. Y'all know me. It's Ray. Winning, because that's what we do, man. Winning 500 subscribers, 513 subscribers, y'all. We have done it. We get one more applause for that. That was 2 years in the making. Look, now 500 doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but hey, look, we out here making moves. We're out here doing it, man. And
I don't know, guys. I had 500 in my bank account. I'd be real happy right now.
Exactly. Y'all hear him? And of course, y'all got Hawkeye there coming on in with the goods.
This one's cold.
Oh, thank you, man. Bringing in the good stuff. And we have our special guest, which I'm going to just apologize in advance for misspelling. The man's name was LaGear, but it's LaGear. And I had that up there for a week, and I'm just like, dadgum, I need to just change this, y'all. But let me bring him to the stage. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Jason LaGear.
Remember, guys, Huntington does not offer English classes.
Yeah. Yes, they do. How you doing, Jason?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hawkeye, can you hear him? Yep. You're
you
good,
can't
man.
hear me. Who else is in this phone call with me? Is
No,
that God?
So it's me. I'm going to be on screen. I'm sorry. And my co-host's name is Hawkeye. He is off screen. So that's a voice you're going to hear. He'll be chiming in from time to time.
Lovely. Hawkeye. Like Hawkeye Pierce.
Yes.
From MASH.
Yes.
That's what he's going for, but I always make fun of him and put like a real hawk there just to mess with him. I know he's a huge Alan Alda fan, but yeah, that's
I mean, same.
Hey.
If there's a good person to be a big fan of, Alan Alda's a good one to do it.
Yeah, he was good in the West Wing too. I liked him in that too.
He's fantastic. He's in the Aviator. He's the bad guy in the Aviator, and he's absolutely phenomenal.
Nice. Okay. Well, good deal. Well, Jason, again, thank you for coming on the show and being here with us, man.
You're very welcome. Please again, let me know if you hear me. If you're hearing me okay.
Yeah, you're doing good, man. You're doing
awesome.
fine. And Hawkeye can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he's good. He's on the other side of the tent, so you're coming in good, Jason.
Heck yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't smoke in my shop, so I only smoke in my backyard. So I'm out in my backyard tonight, and there's a helicopter flying up above. I live kind of in the hood, so there's like a group of guys working on their souped-up cars right across the alley.
Okay.
They're great dudes, absolutely fantastic dudes, but they're out here, with their impact drills and drivers and stuff at all hours of the night. So
fair enough.
It's always a bit of an exciting. Everything exciting is going. Now, where are you guys located out of?
We are in Alabama, so central Alabama, like outside the Birmingham metro area, like right on the edge of it in Harpersville. So we're like right in the middle of nowhere. Literally, there's one traffic light and like 3 restaurants, and like that's it, and like a couple of churches around here.
You look for a dirt road, it might lead you here.
Okay, so there's three restaurants. I'm gonna guess at what the 3 restaurants are. There's a diner.
Yes.
There's a Mexican restaurant.
No.
There's a Mexican food stand.
There's a Mexican food
best
truck.
Place to eat in town.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's another diner.
No, so
a meat and 3 sides.
Well, meat and 3 sides. Yeah, that is a diner.
It's a diner.
Yep. That's home cooking though, man. They say the best in town. And yeah.
We have not been to that meat and 3 sides
yet. We need to go. Yeah. We really need to go.
That other diner's real good though.
It's crazy. I haven't been to that one either.
What better time than the present, gentlemen? Come on, let's go.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
His wife would kill us if we went right now.
Lord, yeah.
She just cooked. We just ate dinner. She would kill us.
Yeah.
She'd take that as a personal slight.
Oh yeah, man. Oh man, Jason, good to have you on. And looks like we got a couple of people in. That Arizona dad today, he's melted. He's like saying, "Yo, peace." AZ down there, what's up? What's up?
Good
Got
evening.
old fogies. He said, "Sup, fellas." All right, sight, sound, all good. Okay,
Good.
all
Good.
right. And my
So
man,
I
Free
live
Smoke, we
my house. The alley that I live on is right across from a Mexican restaurant that's quite popular. So again, you guys might hear some music stuff coming in through the background.
that's all good, man. No problem at all. No problem at all. He said,
Free,
what
what are
you
we
like?
smoking tonight?
Yeah, this is the Martinique from Principal
Ooh,
Cigars,
yeah.
and I've never tried it. I'm taking a flyer on it. Hawkeye's got the same cigar over there, so we're gonna
Hmm.
be checking it out. We're gonna be checking this one
I
out,
got
and
one of those sitting in my humidor. I've had it in there for probably about 2 years,
okay,
and just haven't gotten around to it. But it was described to me when I got it as having a certain kind of funk to it, and I don't know quite what that means, but that appeals. I like the idea of this cigar with funk.
funk to it. Okay, you probably a unique flavor note there. I have it on there, so yeah.
Your son was talking about funk earlier.
Oh yeah, the son
That's why he mentioned.
he spells it Phonk, and I don't know if that's something that.
Funk. The heck is funk? Oh boy. Oh boy.
And I'm like, what?
Well, 6-7 was 2025, so they gotta have something new in 2026.
That's true.
We're all old, right? We're all dealing with the children are dealing with us. We're not dealing with them.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. My goodness. Whew.
We get a mix of that.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
I got the late hour, the Davidoff late hour tonight.
Oh.
I got 5 of these guys in in an online hotel, and they've just been sitting around waiting for the right moment because I generally smoke Coronas. I don't have a ton of
Okay.
time. I don't have a ton of time to invest in smoking big long cigars. But I knew that we were going to be having a conversation tonight, so this is something I was like, yeah, now is the right time to do it.
Perfect. Perfect, man. Good deal. Good deal. I mean, I'm excited to try this one here. This was actually gifted to me from another gentleman who gifted us a couple of cigars. Tried the Cigar Idiot. He gave us like a nice bundle of cigars, and hey, man, this is one of the ones we're going to be trying out. So yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, is that lighter out?
No,
No.
I'm wondering if you refilled those out last week.
Yeah, you may have to Well,
I ain't worried about it. I'll use another lighter.
Uh,
That one takes a shit ton of fuel.
oh, look at that. Boy Scout. Always prepared. Got my other lighter. There we go. Always be prepared. If I learned anything else from that. Yes. But yeah, man. Well, Jason, yeah, you have Milwaukee Humidors, Humidor Company, and I came across this and I'm like, this is very unique. I like the craftsmanship. I like the style. I need a new humidor. Lord, mine has seen some days. So I'm like, I may need to come to Jason and come get me one. I got to get a little money though, because you got some. I mean, you got some good craftsmanship, but I'm like, oh, but I understand though. I get it.
Well, everything I do is 100% handmade by me, and as best as possible, I try to source every single bit that I possibly can in the United States.
Yeah.
Not out of any sort of specific love of protectionism, I guess is what the word I'm looking for. I'm not doing it out of any sense of protectionism, but if I'm an American worker, I am a I'm a manufacturer. I am a business owner, a businessman, whatever you might call that.
Yeah.
And there are other people out there who do things, small scale manufacturing, and I think that it is a very important thing for me myself to be supporting them as best I can, the way that my clients support me.
Good. Very good, man. That is incredible. incredible. Good deal, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've been doing this for, I just hit 5 years of solo and full time as a humidor maker. I was doing
Congratulations.
it for, thank you. I've been doing it for about 10 years, but it was 5 years ago that I pulled the trigger. I left my day job and struck out into the world of work.
Awesome,
And
dude.
you know what? It's going okay. Honestly, I got no complaints.
Good,
I'm
man. Yeah.
I'm being quite busy right now. I'm actually booked through the end of the year in terms of stuff that I make. So already
Wow.
booking for 2027.
That's incredible. I was going to ask you, yeah, like how far along or how your clientele was doing, like how much you were making and such. So that's incredible. How long would it? Let's say I wanted to come on your website and get one. How long would approximately would it take? Would it depend on the humidor that I would get from you if I wanted to buy one from you?
Oh, I mean, from start to finish. Okay, so from start to finish, when I begin working on it, it's usually about a 4 to 6 week process. But depending on where I'm at and when you reach out to me, so for instance, you know, if you were to have talked to me a couple of weeks ago, I still would have had some time. But I'm already. I would have said, I wouldn't be able to touch this until October for you. Once October hits around, I finish the work that I already have going on. It would be about a 4 to 6 week turnaround. And I deliberately make it so that you can't go onto my website, you click a button, say, I like this, I want to order this, click. That that's a really cool thing to be able to do. But there's nothing more disappointing. I learned this pretty early on. There's nothing more disappointing to a customer, and that makes me feel busy. If I'm booked out solid on a project, someone comes
Mhm.
onto a website, clicks the button, says, "I would like this," and then all of a sudden, it's a scramble of either how do I fit this into the work I'm already doing, or I
Mhm.
have to email the customer, and ask for and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I won't be touched 5." So honestly, I don't do any sales online. What it is every customer that I have is all
Mhm.
custom design. It's all handmade, exact specification. And we start that by having a conversation, much like what we're doing right now. I ask every
Okay.
single one of my customers, let's get on the horn. Let's talk a little bit because I want to get a sense of who you are as a person. I want to get a sense of what your values, your aesthetic, things like that. There's so much that goes into that thought process, and
Mhm.
my job often as a craftsman is to guide people to figure out into not necessarily make what they, but to bring them to what they want. A lot of people, I got the vision in my head, this is what I'm, but it might not necessarily be, you might not be able to articulate it correctly. So you and I have a conversation. I kind of tease things out on you in certain ways, and there I'm able to every single customer that I do. I think I have a good grip on what it is you're looking for. I have a good grip on your aesthetic, and I will be able to do something for you exactly what you want, even if you didn't know that. You understand?
I got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. You got the personal one-on-one with the customers, and you're looking forward to because you're putting all this effort in making them this. They don't want to have any kind of buyer's remorse or anything like that, and they want to
I
have
don't
some
want to
time
have
with
any
you.
maker's remorse.
Oh,
There's
that
nothing.
that too.
There's nothing worse than you make something for somebody, you send it off to them, you're like, I'm really
Hmm.
proud of this thing, and then they go, this is not what I pictured in mind. This is not what I was expecting. And then,
Right.
then you got to come back from there and figure out what the middle ground is. So, one way to nip that in the bud is just right at the very beginning, figure out exactly what somebody wants, translate that for them, and then be able to make it.
Wonderful. I like that. I like that a lot. And Jason, is it just you doing this, or is anybody helping you with this process or getting this together?
I'm a 1.5 man shop, which is to
Huh.
say it is 90% me, and then 10% I have a couple people that I call in to do random tasks when I'm coming up on deadline, or things that aren't you know super super craft heavy. So for instance, one of the things I just did this big project for JC Newman, the official American 50 humidor, and after you glue up all these cases and stuff, if you do it properly, there's glue that is squeezed out of all. That's how you see a good joint. That there's enough glue in there that it is squeezed out. Well, that glue, of course, dries. And so you got to get in there with a chisel. You got to chisel all that glue out. You got to do that over. I did 55 of those guys. Do that in 6, 8, or 8, what? You have to do those on 16 sides on the interior of a humidor. You have to get every single little bit of nub of glue out of there. So something like that, I will call in a couple of people who've done a couple of these projects with me before. That come on in, spend a couple afternoons with me. Let's chisel out the glue. Let's put on a podcast, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or towards the end of a project, you wouldn't believe how much time it takes to fold a whole bunch of cardboard boxes and then to tape them, and then to stuff them with packaging material, then to wrap the humidors, put them in there, close it on up, get it on up. That takes way more time than you think it does.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Mm.
It does sound like it, yeah. Well, man, it's impressive. It is impressive. You're definitely staying busy, and that is great, man.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, yes, everything else is a one-man shop. I lay things out. I do all the production on my own. Everything is hand cut. There's some stuff I do with the laser for my advanced marquetry, but otherwise, and I do a lot of different projects when I have the free time that kind of scratch my creative itch, and that's really where I get to have a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Very nice. Yeah.
So, do you do will you do custom work? Like if they wanted this certain design on it or anything, or is there, or do you just kind of make a humidor that's how do you do it? What will you do to a humidor? I guess I'm saying, will you custom design it or?
Well,
logos or?
So
I'm sorry.
I mean, you guys. No, that's totally fine. Because you guys have been doing this show for a while. You guys have talked a lot, probably in the cigar industry, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So you guys talk about blends. You guys talk about vitolas. You guys talk about priming and aging and stuff like that. I come to the cigar industry from a completely different avenue. So, even a question of well, how exactly is it that you make a humidor? That sounds like such a simple question, but when it's adjacent to everything else you do, you may not necessarily know that. So I think that's a fantastic question.
There you go.
To answer it though, so there are certain designs that I do, and then I do have clients that come to me with, for instance, right now I'm making a series of 10 humidors for a construction company out on the East Coast.
Okay.
They got their anniversary right now, so I'm making a series of 10 humidors that has year anniversary logo on it. And what I do with that is I do what's called marquetry, where I take one piece of veneer, another piece of veneer, and you cut it out. You put in. It's essentially like putting together a puzzle with wood. So the outside of the humidor is all this really nice white curly wood, European sycamore, very very curly. It's got a lot of shine, and then in that I've inlaid the company of this logo in a dark green.
Okay.
And some things are much more complex. This company only has a single color for their logo, but their last name is green, so their logo is green. Boom, that sort of thing. But if you guys did you guys see the America 250 humidor?
I looked at it. Yeah,
I looked at it.
Yep, that is nice.
Yeah,
that is a beautiful design.
So each of the states right there is made from that state's state tree, and I sourced all the wood. So for instance, hold up, Alabama, you guys are some variety of pine is your state tree. Yep. I know all of them now. I've been staring at them for months. I don't. It might be. You know what? I think it's the loblolly pine. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yep.
That might be it. So I ended up sourcing loblolly pine or whatever variety of pine it was from Alabama to be able to make Alabama in the map. I did the same thing for Florida. I did the same thing for Hawaii. The same thing for Illinois. All those different places.
Wow. So each box it's not the same. It's sourced from those different woods from each state. Or is that what you're saying? Like,
no, the boxes are all the humidors are all the exact same, but the each of them has an inlaid map of the United States, map of the 50 states, right?
oh, okay.
And
Okay.
each of those states is that state tree.
I see. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
It
Gotcha.
might help if you pull up a picture. If you're up on my Instagram, pull up a picture of it real quick. You'll get a better idea what it is I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, let me take a look. That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
take a look real quick.
Real quick. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
You see what I'm talking about now?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
No, I'm sorry. The state tree of Alabama is the southern longleaf pine.
Southern longleaf pine.
Oh.
Okay.
The southern longleaf pine. However, I can tell you that I did get a variety of pine from Alabama for Alabama. We'll put it that way.
All right. Heart of Dixie. Yes. Yes.
That's awesome that you did that. We're kind of sick of pine trees down here, to be honest.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, that's how you end up with it as your state tree. So I mean, Wisconsin's the sugar maple. We got maples for days ever around here. So
Nice.
At least they have a fun one. Ours you can't do anything with. I mean, they make lumber out of pine. That's about it. It's not good to burn. It's not good to climb or anything.
well, I mean, there is a rich tradition in your guys' neck of the woods, the Georgia, Alabama, Missouri, Mississippi area of wood carving. So there's a lot of good wood carvers that have come out of that area, and I would suspect that pine is pretty good carving. And it's nice, soft, grows quick. Probably pretty
what is it? Cedar. We use a lot of cedar for carving and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. If you got a cedar tree down here, you can sell it for a ton of money down here for just local people.
Oh, yeah, cedar is good wood. Yeah, and cedar is good quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You guys know that Spanish cedar is not cedar wood, right?
No, it's. I've heard that. I don't know what it is though.
It's aromatic mahogany.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's a variety of a mahogany tree. It's not Spanish either. It grows in essentially Central America is the place that you find Spanish cedar at.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not actually related to the cedar tree at all. It's mahogany.
I couldn't remember what kind of wood it actually was. I heard the history on it. It's Spanish because the Spanish used to own the area that it comes from. Spain used to own the area.
Sure.
Yeah,
Central America.
What I heard. What? But
yeah, no, I guess kind of getting back to the question. Yeah, a lot of people reach out to me with all kinds of different design ideas for custom stuff, and that's again it's a big part of why I have conversations with my customers because some might have a very specific need. I'm doing this. I want it, to commemorate. I want it to have my family's crest on it, something like that. It comes up pretty regularly. So and from there, having people give me information on that, and then I'll say, yes, I can do this. No, I can't do this. And I try to, as best as possible, make things I use a lot of dyes and colors of stuff. I would Poplar takes a real good dye, so you're able to get a lot of different color, a lot of variation in what you're able to produce. Other than just like yellows and browns.
You know, and JC Newman, that's pretty big, man. How did you get that collaboration? Or did they just kind of, like you said, they may have just kind of reached out to you and then wanted that product? Or how did that come about?
You know what? Luck.
Okay.
Luck and luck and accident.
Okay.
I ended up a few years ago in 2023. I ended up getting accepted to a fine arts fair or a fine arts festival called the Gasparilla Festival of the Arts in Tampa. And so my wife and I drove down there from Milwaukee. It was a couple days to get down, a couple days to get back. It was pretty nuts. And before I went down there, I knew that Tampa was a big cigar city, so I blind emailed a whole bunch of different cigar lounges saying, hey, I'm a professional humidor maker. I'm going to be coming into town. I'd like to be able to stop in and showcase, what I do to you. And only place I heard back from, I'm suspecting this is where it came from, was I emailed Corona Cigar Lounge because they're very closely tied in with Newman. And I'm assuming that whoever got the email there kicked it up to Newman, because then one day I get a response back from Newman. Hey, yeah, come on by and we'll check out what you're doing. Awesome. So just kind of a serendipity sort of thing. You don't know what you'll find until you take a little bit of a risk.
That's
so
true.
I showed up there and they liked the work that I did. And Drew came out with a piece of flooring. He said, this is flooring from the 2011 NBA All-Star Game court. And can you make a humidor out of this? I took a look at it and I said, yeah, absolutely I can. So that was the first project I did with them in 2023, was I made a series of 40 humidors for them out of 2011 NBA All-Star Game court floor.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
That was the first project I did for them. I've done a couple other random projects, but then last year I made a series of humidors shaped like home plate that were made out of baseball bats. One of the MLB teams, I cannot disclose which one, but one of the MLB teams sent me 100 baseball bats, and I took those and I cut them up and I turned them into veneer. I took them from baseball bats to pieces of veneer that were probably about the thickness of 3 sheets of paper. Wow. And made a bunch of humidors out of those.
That was incredible. From floors to baseball bats, you've done it all, man. Almost. Man, you need anything made from any type of wood, go to Jason.
Would that
if you need a humidor made?
Would that quality of craftsmanship? I don't know why I'm going to say marksmanship. I kept trying to change it. I knew the right word, but I couldn't say it.
Hawkeye, I tell you, I go shooting every now and again. I'm a terrible shot. So.
Oh, shoot. Back when I was shooting, I could shoot 250, 300 yards and just drop anything. And I mean, my gun was only sighted for 100 yards, but
I stay sighted in for 100 yards too. But even then, it's kind of like I don't go shooting nearly enough to be able to do that with any real kind of distance.
Yeah, but so what persuaded you to go after specifically humidors over making any other kind of craft? There's so much you could have made with that kind of talent and skill. That what made you choose humidors?
So initially, I actually a humidor is a very specific kind of box, right?
Yes.
When I'm talking to you guys, I'm a professional humidor maker. When I'm talking to 90% of the rest of the population, I'm actually a professional boxer. So I make really high quality boxes, and that's actually how I started. There's some history there, but Jewelry boxes for wedding gifts. I
Okay.
made a display box for someone in Scotland a couple of years ago who had some of George Washington's manuscript. I don't know why they were in Scotland, but that's something that I did. Boxes for watches, boxes for cufflinks. I have made urns. I've done anything that's a box.
Okay.
And I initially chose that for two reasons. Number one was I was running a millwork shop here in Milwaukee for several years, and that mostly was putting 14-foot long boards into machines for 10 hours a day. And after doing all that, when I got home, I still enjoy doing woodworking in my spare time, not just career. So my reaction to working with all really, really big things all day was to start focusing in on small, something I could spend a lot of detail on, and focusing on very interesting wood that gets that becomes the center of attention, not something that's lost, you know, door casing or door everything. So start making boxes, love it. There's the philosophy that for to make a successful business, what you got to do is so there's a million different table makers out there. There's a million different cabinet makers. This, you know, there aren't a ton of boxes, so I decided to really focus my craft in on that. And luckily, I also enjoy it. Now, in the meantime, while I was doing that, I started getting questions about humidor. I'll
Okay.
build a humidor. You guys should see my first humidor. I have it in the house. Holy
Mm.
shit. No. Holy shit,
Oh.
brother.
Oh no.
But I mean, you learn everything as you go along.
Yeah.
But as I did more of those, I realized, just the market that there is there, that I could use the humidor as a canvas to do my own artistic output as well. And
Okay.
people who are cigar aficionados, they like interesting things. A lot of them
Yeah.
are very much patrons of the arts. I want something that's interesting, that is unique, that is something that only I have, is done for me, is made by hand by the artisan. So kind of a natural marriage in terms of
Okay.
things that I like doing, skills that I have, and the clientele that I have been building up.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. You differentiating yourself and moving on the humidor boxes. You don't see a lot of people doing that and they're making other things. Okay. No, not bad.
We
The
got
market, the market is very, very small. So
Mhm.
and for better or worse, my direct competitors are Ely Blue. you know,
Mm.
so and they do absolutely phenomenal work. But when you're getting into the from that angle, and that's your next that's top competitor, but also your next competitor. It's an uphill climb, and I feel very. I'm more lucky than I have any right to be that I am where I'm at.
Okay. No, that's good, man. You've come a long way there. Go ahead. Okay.
Foggy asked if you've ever used Pie
Use what?
No,
Ever use
Pie
Okay. Oh,
was
here's a question right here. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. You ever made a humor out of powder?
Paducah.
Can you see the Paduke? Okay. Have you seen that? You see
Paducah.
the question there? Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have not entirely out of Paducah, but I do use Paducah in humidors that I have made. There are a couple that are out there. There's a Davidoff one that's entirely in Paducah. Old Fogey Stogies, if you would like a humidor out of Paducah, reach out to me. Info at MilwaukeeHumidorCo.com. And
Got in
I'd
the
love to
description, y'all.
make one out of Paducah for you.
Go hit him up. We got him in the Instagram and his website. Right there in the
Now,
description.
now,
And Fogey have one more question too. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jason.
do you guys know what Paducah is?
I'm gonna be
I've
honest.
never heard. I couldn't even pronounce it.
I
do
don't even
not
know what it
pronounce
is. I'm gonna be real.
That's all right. It doesn't grow in the United States, so
Okay.
it's not something that's super duper common. It is a tree that has naturally red wood,
Okay.
and like different than like a California redwood sort of thing. Like this is red like a crayon is red. So it's got a very fine grain to it. Takes the finish really, really well. It's they used to actually build a lot of grandfather clocks out of Paduke. I'm not entirely sure how it ended up being that was the case, but it starts out with this nice bright like crayon cherry red, and then over time it darkens to a much more subtle red. It's kind of like you're not going to be able to see this, but I got a glass of sun tea here that my wife made. It's kind of like if you picture what sun tea looks like, it's kind of that with just a little bit more red to it, and it's a nice. It ages wonderfully.
Nice. Okay. I think my dad had my late grandmother's like a grandfather clock, and it looked like that same kind of coloring from it, just like that. And I'm like, that kind of looks familiar, but I didn't know they made grandfather clocks out of that type of wood. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the history of that is, why that ended up being the case. I really couldn't tell you. But for whatever reason, there's a whole bunch of grandfather clocks that from some period that were made out of Paduke.
Interesting. I think probably had another question in here too. I think he asked it earlier.
I was trying to ask it all the way down for you guys to about 3/4 of the
Hawkeye's out here trying to show out.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye's, I'm sorry. Fogey says, if I already have blueprints drafted up myself, does that expedite the production at all if I want to get a specific humidor from you? I know you mentioned the time. Right now you're booked up and everything, but would that make a difference, is he asking?
Maybe.
Okay.
And the reason why I say maybe is, am I going to be able to understand your drawings? And that's really what it comes down to is, again, it's the interpretations sort of thing. There's something that you have drafted up that could be clear as day for you. If you send it to me, I might be coming back to you with questions going, what the hell is it I'm looking at here? Okay. So
makes sense.
Maybe that's kind of what I got there. It's a solid maybe. And you know what? That's why we have those hour-long phone conversations. While I'm talking with you on the phone, you can send me those blueprints, and I can take a real quick glance at them and say, "Yep, I understand what's going on here," or "No, I do not." Does it expedite production time at all? I mean, it takes me the same amount of time to make something as it does. Right. If I have plans or if I don't have plans, the production part of it takes the exact same amount of time. It might cut down on the design process by, an hour or two, but overall, I'm still having to make something.
Gotcha. All right. No, makes sense. I'm going to catch him on the chat just a little bit here. And for Free Smoke, we are smoking on. This is the Martinique from Principal Cigars. And my light's a little bright there, but that is the band. There you go. Thank you, Hawkeye. There it is. The Martinique right there from Principal Cigars. Right there. Hawkeye's smoking on the same one as well. We got Jason is smoking on the late hour with Davidoff there. Having a good time right there. So, all right. Good deal.
These are courteous of Cigar. Todd, aren't they?
Yes, Todd the Cigar Idiot. Yes, it is in the chat right now.
He's
yes,
in the chat. That's why I said that.
Yes. There's my other co-host who bumps on sometimes. He says, "What is the hardest wood that you have ever used?" From the legend right there.
I was assuming most difficult to work with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Yes.
The hardest wood. I mean, I guess is that question talking about like how hard the wood is on the Jenga scale? Like, pine is less hard than birch.
Maybe
what is the most difficult?
Yeah, maybe that might be what he's asking. Yep.
Let me think about that. What's the most difficult wood I've worked with? Let me come back to that one. I gotta think. There's been a couple times that I'm thinking of in particular where something just didn't work right.
You're good, man.
Something just didn't work right, but I got a picture of it in my head right now. My memory is there, but I am forgetting the details. So let me come back to that one at some point.
All good.
And also, Matt McGill, clarify if you're talking about the most difficult or like literally the hardest wood.
Okay. Yeah, we'll circle back to that one definitely.
Oh, he said both.
Oh, both. Okay. And I'll just catch up on this one. Holly says, hello. Pepper Jack ringing a bell from the potato. Yep, I think I do remember him. Yeah. And that was you on the video game system. Very nice. Very nice. All right. All right. Good to have you in here. And Todd is in here. Sponsored by Todd here. We got the cigars from him. Definitely. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And we're all saying hello, Todd. Hello, Hoagie there. Just catching up on. And everyone say hello to Jason. Our wonderful guest here is going through all of this. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Cash? Good to see you there. And okay. Todd says they make some snare drums out of Paducah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool,
they make snare drums are another one of those things that are like humidors, where there's all kind of exotic wood that goes into things. You're talking about very, very specific designs, very, very specific needs for a customer. And it's another one of those things too where you're really highly specializing. If you want to be, really good, there's people who are really good drum makers, and then there are people who are really good snare drum makers. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Nice. All right. Well, good deal. Good deal with that, man. Nice. How's that late hour treating you over there, man?
Enjoying it. This is certainly you know what? Based on all the reviews I read, I was expecting something with something much stronger. It's I mean, it's certainly no weak cigar, but like, have you guys had the Davidoff Nicaragua, or not the Nicaragua, the Puro Dominicano?
No, haven't had
It's a very strong cigar, and this one right here, this is very pleasant. This is definitely a really good evening cigar, but it's not nearly as strong as I was expecting. How's that Martinique treating you guys?
I love it. This is
good.
Really smooth. A really, really smooth cigar. I like it. Getting some nice notes of like nuttiness and cedar on there. It's nice.
Yeah.
And it's
what are the kinds of stuff that you guys enjoy smoking?
I like smoking kind of like medium and full bodied cigars. One of my favorite cigars from last year was the Red Meat Lovers by Steve Saka, Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. That one was really good. I've been on a Perdomo kick lately. I had one last night, the Legacy Collection. I'm looking forward to the Father and Son collection too. So that's what I've been on. And I think Hawkeye just kind of smokes. You smoke all sorts of stuff, like, Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of try anything. I figure, it can't hurt to try it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've only had very few that I've really hated, like couldn't finish bad. But most cigars are that I've had are pretty good.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
And I've had a few that
you have a nice palate that way. Kind of open and extending.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And Jason, were you at PCA, or do you take your humidors or display them on the road, or do a lot of road work and such?
I do as little road work these days as I can.
Yeah, I know. I feel you.
I did road work for years, traveling back and forth to different places.
Yeah.
And, I do that. I am happy to do it these days, but I'm just much more picky about where I do it at. That time is also a resource. You know what I mean? So anytime that you're out there at a show, is like time that I'm not in the shop working, creating something. But I was at PCA this year, thanks to the invitation of the Newmans. I do not have a booth there. I walk around with a couple of my humidors and I try to sell them, or not even sell them. I try to get my name out and pass out my business card, introduce myself to as many people as possible. Say, I am America's premier boutique humidor maker, and go from there. So this is actually one of the ones. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but this is actually something that I was walking around with this year. Yeah, you can't see that in the light. All right.
I'll say a little bit. Yeah, a little bit better there. Yeah.
Here.
So, that's nice.
This
That
is a
is
small.
nice.
This is a small humidor.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Let me put,
hello.
let me put you on
There
there
you
real
go.
quick. There you are. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So
cool.
this right here, this is one of my art pieces.
Okay.
This is a design I came up with. This is the way, if I'm producing something that's to me a very artistic piece, this is kind of what it looks like. It kind of goes in the direction of lots of different geometric forms, lots of color. And so I walk around, I showcase, I try to introduce myself to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And this year I really did try to go through and talk to as many humidor manufacturers or cigar manufacturers as possible.
Yeah.
So for instance, I ended up very briefly 5 minutes meeting with Steve Saka. Thank you
Oh,
very much,
cool.
Todd.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
beautiful humidor. Yeah.
Todd, definitely, if you're on Instagram, definitely check out my Instagram. You'll be able to see it a lot better. But I got 5 minutes with Steve Saka.
Cool.
I went around. I had conversations with people from Oliva. Yeah, the what's his face, Yunnan from El Septimo. Talking with them. The
Okay.
Newmans have been absolutely fantastic, and so they have invited me. Um, and sponsor me with a badge, and then I just go running around. I think this year I probably walked, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 20 miles just in that
Woo.
hall. Were you guys there?
No, I did not. I regret not going this year. But I know, yeah, I'm familiar with that convention center. We
It's a
went, me
huge,
and
huge hall.
huge. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's,
So
I went to,
say that I probably walked somewhere between 10 and 20 miles over those 3 days. That wear good shoes if you go to PCA. We'll put it that way.
woo, will do. Will do. Yeah. Man, but that's massive.
You guys were there last year?
No, actually, our first cigar convention is actually going to be TPA, which is going to be in October down in Pensacola,
Hell yeah.
Florida. I'm going. That's
Hell
going to
yeah.
be the first one that I'm going to. So me and my other co-host, who's not on here, we're going to go. We're going to try and get Hawkeye in there too. And so we're all going to get the crew down there and do some
Wow.
media and do some interviewing. So you gonna try and be at that one, or you maybe?
I don't believe that's in the cards right now. I'm going to be
Okay.
doing a lot of production for the rest of the year. There
Okay.
will be a couple small trips that I'll be making. I'm hopefully going to be making it out to DC and hopefully back to Tampa at some point. But for the rest of the year, it's entirely production mode for me.
Yeah.
That, and then too, I was telling you earlier, Ray, I was a little late on the call because I
Yeah.
was putting down my daughter who's about to be 1. So I said,
Oh,
essentially, if I'm not in the shop, I'm hanging out with my kid. If I'm not
that's
hanging out with
beautiful.
my kid, I'm in the shop, and that is 95+% of how I spend my time.
Love it. Love it.
And
True working man. I like it. I like it.
tell you, don't miss that time
That
with your kid.
That's
that's
right.
the beauty of being a one person business is I can really be very flexible with my schedule, but at the end of the day it's only me who's producing anything, who's getting any of the work done. So
Right.
I'll regularly work until midnight, 1 a.m. Depending on what it is I'm doing.
There you go. There you go. I mean, you are now you're living the American dream. You're doing what you want to, man. You're working for yourself, and you're doing something that you love, and that's great. And spending time with your family.
You probably have
I
the
will
most.
tell.
You
Sorry,
probably
what was
have the
that, Hawk?
most. You probably have the most ideal scenario because everything you do is in your workshop. So if you need to take 2 hours off to go spend with your daughter, you can just do that and work late or work later
walk into the building. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can come and go as you please, literally.
Those are joys of working from home too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, my shop is my wife and I, our house is from 1895, and Milwaukee, of course, is a famously drunk city. So our house used to be a bar, in the sense that it was one of those 1895 situations where the proprietor would live in the back and then run the bar out of the front, right?
Mhm.
So, 130 odd years later, my wife and I now live in the back, and what used to be the bar in the front is my workshop.
Oh
So,
wow.
I mean, Hawkeye, you're talking about like being able to do that. Work is 30 seconds away from me at any point in time,
Yeah.
which
That's
is a
awesome.
blessing and a curse. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can pop in there. I can. The good news is I can do work at any point in time, and the bad news is, boy, I can do work at any point in time.
So
Yeah.
you had no excuse to miss and sit and watch TV and miss.
No, sir, I do not.
Um,
Truly
So-
disciplined right there. Yes.
so you being from Milwaukee or being in Milwaukee, are you a Green Bay fan?
I'm a Milwaukee Brewers fan, of the baseball team.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I wasn't raised among football. I don't really care too much about football. Everybody else in the state. Well, I'm originally from outside of Chicago, so like my cousins are really big Bears fans and such. But like, I didn't grow up watching any football, so that's not something that's part of me. I did grow up outside of Chicago in the '90s, so the '95 Bulls, 92 to '98.
Yes.
That Bulls squad was. I mean, they were
Sure.
legends, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jordan, Pippen. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Jordan,
mainly
Pippen,
watch football,
Rodman,
but we know most of them
Tony
for-
Kukoc.
Yes. Yes. Love the Bulls, man.
What about you guys? Are you guys Packers fans?
I am.
Hawkeye
Yeah.
all day is a Packers
Yes.
fan. The rest of our family, Kansas City Chiefs fans. He is
That's-
the
well,
one.
that's
He's the odd duck here.
Yeah, that's why I asked, is because there's Packers fans all throughout the entire world. They got Packers bars in Osaka, Japan, and so
Okay, you feel right.
you never know where you're going to
The
find
Packers
somebody.
are the most well-traveled team in NFL because they literally have fans all over the country. All over
I
the
believe
world.
that.
More so than any other team.
Nice. Hawkeye.
So I don't mind that you don't watch NFL, but you need to talk them people out of being Chicago fans. That's not right. There's not.
Yeah,
it's not good to be
that's
a
a rough-
Bears fan.
That's a rough team.
What? My cousins?
Yes.
Nah.
You need to talk to them. They don't need to be Bears fans.
They got their own issues to deal with. So
That's a major-
that ain't my spot to stick my nose.
He says, I'll stick with the humidors and the baseball. I'm good there.
I would. I'm still trying to talk Ray out of being an Auburn fan.
Never.
But it ain't working.
Never join the dark side. Never.
The
Never.
winning team, not the dark side. The winning
The
team.
dark side of the force.
All right. So you guys are gonna have to. Is the rival of Auburn? Is that what, Alabama State?
Alabama.
Auburn, Alabama. Yes.
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 Yeah. And Ray, is that where you went?
No, so I really did my undergrad at a small school in Montgomery. I was a Huntington Hawks fan, so Huntington College, a Methodist affiliated school where I got my degree in and everything.
Sure.
But I've been an Auburn fan just growing up my whole life. It's just there, and every time I'd come home from campus, I would just go hang out with my buddies from Auburn and just hang out,
Yeah.
And I did the honor band there. I used to do varsity swimming there. I like almost everywhere. Martin J. Aquatic Center, Jordan Hare Stadium, marched in, did all sorts of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And
Hell yeah.
you
used to be competitive swimmer.
I did varsity swimming from 8th grade all the way to senior year of high school. So yeah,
Cool.
Okay, I
You
forgot
still do
about
like adult competitive, or I'm sure you get out there and just enjoy yourself in the water.
no, not as much. I want to get back into it, but yeah.
I swim more with his kids than he does.
This is true.
But
This is true.
I also I should have done competitive swimming. I didn't think about that when we were swimming against each other a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I've really lost a step in years. But you also swim competitively too, so we're about
Yeah.
even.
Long time ago, but yes. Yeah, I still got
Very
it, man.
cool.
Yeah.
I absolutely love being in the water. I am not a competitive swimmer. I will never be a competitive swimmer, but I always just love being in the water. You get me into a pool, it's really hard to get me out of it.
Summertime. That's your time, man.
That is
your
my
time.
time. Well, and especially too, Milwaukee's right on Lake Michigan,
Okay.
and oh yeah, so I'm about mile and a half or so from the lake right now, and
Okay.
so on a nice day, just bike up there or drive up there and just you just go jump in the lake.
Yeah, but
And
it's froze half the year. I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's froze half of the year.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, have either of you guys ever spent any significant time up north?
I've been to Chicago a couple times.
I have too in Missouri.
Yeah.
Well,
been there
like,
a couple times.
Well, like for instance, we had two straight weeks in January this year where it didn't crack 15 degrees. You guys ever done that?
Well, it's dropped. The lowest has dropped out here. I would say it was
It's
like 29 degrees. We've done shows out here.
That's cold. Well,
Yeah.
because you guys
It's
don't
like,
have the infrastructure for it,
yeah.
So when you go, I mean, I always hear that, we up in here in the north, we kind of make fun of you guys because like, oh shit, they got a half inch of snow and they're all and people are ready to like shoot each other over supplies. Like, come on now, y'all. But
Everything shuts down. You
truth,
see one snowflake and you shut down. Yeah.
the truth of the matter, exactly. The truth of the matter is that you guys don't have, that we're all used to it, so we're all jaded,
Yeah.
grumpy and such. But we got like the infrastructure for it. We got a fleet of snowplows here. Whereas, I got a friend in New Orleans, and a couple years ago, New Orleans got hit by 8 inches of snow in a 24-hour period. Absolute freak storm. I'm sure you guys got hit by that same one.
Yeah, we did.
And and my friend said, a couple days later the snow was all gone, but during the time that snow was falling, nothing happened because there's one snowplow for the entire city of New Orleans, which makes sense. You're not expecting a fucking freaks for a snowstorm there, so
Right.
we like to make fun of you guys for it, but at the same time, that showcases how jaded and how grumpy we are.
Oh, good.
Y'all are used to the big snow, but we're used to 100 degrees. We don't like it, but we're used to it. 100. It was like 108 degrees here with heat index today, something like that. I mean, and that's a normal summer for us. We're used to that shit.
We get a couple weeks out of the summer, and actually, this starting on Monday, we're going to be hitting the 90s. We're going to be hitting the 90s week or so. But it gets, you guys get real humid. We get real humid here too. This is not a dry heat,
Yeah.
Sort of, But it's for probably a couple weeks out of the year we get real hot like that, and then everybody just bit. Living in the Midwest is just complaining about the weather all day, every day, no matter what season it is.
Yeah. My son lives in Duluth. It was -12 the day he moved there in March. And I'm like, oh.
Now, notice what he said there, in March.
Yeah.
This ain't January. This is March.
Jeez.
My goal one day, not anytime soon, but one day, I want to go to a Green Bay game on December 25th. I just want me and a couple people to go to a Green Bay game on December 25th in Green Bay.
That's probably going to be real crowded, I'm sure.
Real crowded?
Maybe.
Oh, well, every single Green Bay Packers game is sold out.
Yeah.
That's how it functions.
Yeah. We out here giving away Auburn tickets. We can't get nobody.
Well, even Alabama tickets you can get. Most NFL team tickets you can get, but Green Bay games are actually, you have to buy them a season in advance.
Oh, you have to buy them several seasons in advance. And I believe what it is once you become a ticket holder, you essentially, you are the first in line to get those same tickets the next year. And the only way you lose them is by saying, no, I don't want these anymore. And, not buying them next year. But it's like one of those things where people there's actually a really big legislative fight in Wisconsin right now about whether or not you can pass down to your children your Green Bay Packers seats in your will.
Wow.
like your season tickets.
I think
That's
Because
insane.
otherwise, you pass away, then you potentially lose your season tickets, sort of thing. So your kids would have to get entered in and start all the way back. I think it's like a 6 or 8 year process to get
Oh
season.
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That is nuts.
Well, plus, the Green Bay Packers are owned by the fans. There's no
Okay.
billionaire owner the same way. Everybody,
Mm,
it's a very socialist concept.
okay.
Yeah, but everybody, it's fans who own it. Um, and so yeah, in order to become a season ticket holder, to become an owner, it's like 6 to 8 year line for you to get.
Ooh, Hawkeye, you got a long way to go, man. Lord.
That's what I'm saying. It's not anytime soon. I
Ooh.
already knew it's years.
I went to my first NFL game. The Saints, they were just letting folks in. Like, I mean, not to the point where we got like really nice prime seats. Now, Saints, unfortunately, they didn't do too well, but we got like nice prime seats, like right there in the in the dome for like $200. Those seats would have been like thousands of dollars, and like the nosebleed seats started at like $14.
Green Bay,
and I was like, dang! But they were. They couldn't fill. They still didn't fill it up when we went in. It was crazy. I'm like, I mean, it was crowded, but not to the extent you think an NFL game would be crowded. But it was, woo.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is Green Bay has only had a bad stretch of history. Like they have been a winning team constantly through history for like 80 years, except for like a 10-year span. Like the 80s were a bad decade for them, something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, they've been
even
they've been Super Bowl
not all the way to the top. They generally are making the playoffs. They generally are coming away with a winning record.
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning more about this. Wow.
It's like Alabama.
I do know something about the Green Bay Packers. Look at me go.
Well,
Alabama expects nationals. Green Bay expects Super Bowls every year. Which Green Bay don't get it near as much as Alabama was, but Green Bay is like, we are Super Bowl contenders every year, and they are solid about that.
I can believe it. Yeah, Auburn, we just want to have a good season. I mean, they're trying to go back to we were up there like back, with the Cam Newton, Pat Dye, Bo Jackson era. They're trying to get back to that, but we got a little work. We got a brand new team. We got a little work.
It's so funny because
a brand new coach.
Being a Green Bay fan feels like the same thing as being an Alabama fan with Auburn, because Auburn's big thing is like, we're going to beat Bama this year. That's their big thing.
Sadly,
with Green Bay, Chicago's like, we're going to beat Green Bay this year. We're going to beat Green Bay this year. That seems to be their main goal every season.
Oh Lord, with the Chicago Bears of the NCAA.
They're in a they're in division. But that's like the same thing.
Gotcha.
Well, we're going through that right now. Of course, Chicago has 2 baseball teams, Cubs and the Sox. Brewers, totally fine with the Sox. We'll play them every couple seasons, sort of thing. But like, we're not in the same division. We're not even in the same league as them. We're totally fine with them. Absolutely brutal rivalry with the Cubs. It is like, oh my God! I find it difficult to describe what the rivalry is between the Brewers and the Cubs. It's much more toxic than the Packers versus the Bears. That's an ongoing rivalry. The Bears actually beat the Packers for the first time since like 2006 or something in Lambeau last season. But like, for instance, we're starting a series of 3 games against the Cubs right now, and people come up from Chicago. They get real drunk, and it gets real bad. But we keep beating the Cubs. That's the fun thing. So we already played them once for the season. I believe we swept them on that series, and then we beat them today too. So again, it's one of those things. Is it doesn't matter if we win the pennant, but we got to beat the Cubs. Last year in the playoffs, Brewers got the first round bye, and then the second round we played up against the Cubs, and we beat them, and then we lost against the Dodgers in the round after that. But beat the Cubs. That's all that matters.
There you go. There you go, man. And speaking of the humidors, Jason, have you ever had to just?
Oh yeah, right.
turn
Why we're here?
No, no, you're good. No, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. We talk about all sorts of things.
Yeah, we go over everything.
No, it's all good, man. Have you ever had to turn down a job that
Oh, yeah.
somebody and then why did you turn it down, or was it just something that you were unable to do, or was it just an outrageous request, anything like that, or?
A lot of it has to do with time.
Okay.
I turn down jobs with a fair amount of frequency right now.
Okay.
And a lot of it just has to do with timing, sort of stuff. Somebody's coming to me saying, "Hey, I'm looking for something." Somebody hit me up a couple weeks ago. Hey, I'm getting married in a month. Would you be able to make a humidor for my wedding? I'm sorry, I would not be able to do that. It's number one, it's a month turnaround. Number two, I'm working on other stuff right now, so that's generally the reason I got to turn things down. I mentioned previously that I've made urns before.
Yes.
I no longer make urns because they are so they're very emotional objects. The last one that I made an urn shaped like a toy train for a 3-year-old that I don't know how he passed away, but a 3-year-old passed away, and I was asked to make this urn shaped like his favorite toy train, and I realized about halfway through the project that no matter what happens, my client's going to be really unhappy. I'm going to, be unhappy with my work, sort of thing. So in that scenario, I've had people reach out to me about urns, and I don't take urns on anymore. They're much too emotional.
That's understandable. Wow. Sorry that happened. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically what I said too. Is like, I'm so sorry. I hope that I was able to do what.
Yeah.
But also, I know that the answer to that is no.
Yeah, that can take a toll on you, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
With everything you have going on, Jason, would you hire a second person, like an apprentice or somebody, to help you with some of the production, or have you thought about that? It sounds like you got a lot going on. With that help, get
That's Ray.
Ray.
That's a very interesting question, because that's a question that I keep going back and forth to right now. Is whether or not I should do that. Coming up this next year, in my next big. If the Newmans come back with another large size project, should I be pulling somebody else in to give me a hand with this? And I don't know if I got a good answer for that quite yet. Because, this is, there aren't a whole ton of people who are looking to get into woodworking as a career.
Right.
So that already starts off with your pool of potential employees being kind of slim. And then to, being able to provide hours, being able to provide the right amount of money for somebody to do that where it makes financial sense for both me and them. And then beyond that is, training them up in a very specific sort of way. When I was picking up woodworking, when I was learning my craft, I did all kinds of different stuff. I know how to operate really large woodworking machines. I know how to build tables. I'm not very good at it, but I know how to do it. I know how to if I went in a different direction, I know how to build a door, like a nice solid oak door for your house, sort of thing. I know how to do that. And to get somebody in and start training them up on a very specialized kind of knowledge instead of something that's very generalized is kind of a difficult thing to ask a lot of would-be woodworkers to do. Somebody wants to make cool tables or something like that. Well, that's not something you're going to be learning how to do in my shop, and you might be able to take some of the stuff that I'd be teaching you and apply it elsewhere, but because it's just so specialized, it's kind of difficult to take woodworking funnels down to making humidors. Making humidors does not funnel up woodworking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why, Ray? You looking for a job?
No, Hawkeye might though.
I love woodworking. I
Yeah.
honestly love woodwork, and that would be, honest to God, that would be right up my alley. I'm just too far away to get
Sure.
get in with you. But I've done a lot of woodworking projects. I've never done. I've worked on some cabinets and stuff. I've never done something like a humidor before. And
Yeah.
that actually might be something that'd be interesting to get into. I hate to be a competitor of you, but that might be something interesting to get into or look at.
You know, I mean, if you ever take a crack at a humidor, please send me an email or a message on Instagram. I'm always more than happy to talk with people who are trying their hand at it. You know, I have a lot of experience. I can cut a lot of the hard work out for you and just say this is what it is you're looking for, sort of thing. There's a couple things that I'm very protective of. I do not share my Spanish heater supplier. You're gonna have to find your own Spanish heater. But in terms of like construction of a humidor, you know, theory of how to get the best seal, sort of thing. I'm more than happy to share that information with anybody who's looking to make one for themselves.
There you go.
Okay.
You know, Jason's got you on the 101 and stuff like that. There you go. Yeah. My dad actually taught woodworking in 7th and 8th grade for many years. He was like the shop guy who did all that. So he'd make all sorts of plaques and tables and all sorts of stuff. So he had band saws, all sorts of machinery in there and all sorts of different things. And we'd work on it. Some I'm horrible at it. I could barely make a plaque, but he was always out there and doing that. He still goes to he's retired now as a teacher, but he goes to like the trade shows around the area and he'll make little stuff like plaques and stuff like little things for people and sell it just whenever he can. But he did that for almost 30 years. Yeah, he was doing that. So
here is I guess here's my question: what kind of special tools would I need like that? I wouldn't. I'm a woodworker, so I know. I mean, I've done a lot of woodwork. I know general tools. What specialty tools would I most likely need?
Well, you got a table saw?
Yes.
You're going to need a really, really good miter gauge. That's going to be something that's going to be cross-cutting very accurately for you. Makes the world of difference. So, for instance, if you do woodworking, I don't know if you have an Incra miter gauge or not. I have one. It's one of the most, it was $300 when I bought it new a couple of years ago. And it's one of the very few tools in my shop that I say is worth every single penny that you spend on it.
Yeah, I don't have one of those, but I do know what you're talking about.
You can get by with really cheap, chisels. You can get by with cheap, what is it? What's even something else? Like a 5-pound hammer is a 5-pound hammer is a 5-pound hammer, sort of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is the same, no matter what. A set of pliers. You can go out and get a set of 12 pliers from Harbor Freight for $12. Something like that. But if there's one thing that really makes a difference one way or the other, it is absolutely a high quality miter gauge for your table saw. Being able to really consistently cut perfect 90-degree cross cut is going to help out on every single part of the project.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. And for those of you who are joining us,
the other thing I would say is probably from more of a philosophical standpoint, and that's use the proper blade for the proper job. So, there's 3 different kinds of woodworking blades. You got your rip saw blades, you got your cross cut blades, and then you got combination blades. Mm-hmm. Don't use combination blades. They're good for general purpose woodworking, but if you're trying to get something that's really fine, you want to be using the proper blade for the proper job. And I got into the habit when I was early on of just like, no, it's going to take me 60 seconds to swap out the blade, and I don't really want to spend the time to do that. it's 60 seconds. Absolutely do it. You're going to be getting a much better finish. You're going to be getting a much cleaner cut. You're going to be getting something that is a much higher quality product. You're using the proper blade for the proper purpose.
There you go.
How thick of wood do you usually use? Like what's the like half inch, quarter inch do you put around the box? I mean I've never gauged it. I don't know what thickness you would use.
So I primarily use 3 different thicknesses, and number 1 is my humidors are made out of half-inch MDF. That's the interior. That's the skeleton of the case. Then the exterior is all veneer, and that comes out to 1/42 of an inch, which is like 0.02, somewhere around there, 0.023. So it's pretty small. And then the interior, the Spanish cedar I use is anywhere between a half inch and a quarter inch.
Okay.
Okay.
So you put 3 layers. Okay, so you put 3 layers. I've never disassembled one to actually look at.
And for those of you who are joining us, we are talking shop with Jason LaGear, Hawkeye, and myself, going over anything from making a humidor to our favorite sports teams, his favorite cigars. So y'all come on in and enjoy. Enjoy the fun, man, and make sure you follow Jason on his social media and on MilwaukeeHumidorCo.com. He's got the good stuff. He's got the goods. So we're just enjoying the conversation and having a good smoke while we're doing so. So yeah, come on down. Leave any comments or questions you have for Jason and us and the crew over here. We'll be happy to answer it. Here. So
I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
As somebody who, I do some stuff on social media, everybody's always talking about you got to pivot to making reels and, pivot to YouTube, things like that. But yeah. How'd you guys end up, deciding to start a YouTube channel?
So for me, funnily enough, I used to be an insurance adjuster a long time ago. Well, I did it for 3.5 years. And when I tell you that is a very stressful job, answering calls, having 3 different phone lines ringing at the same time. And so every day, I work from home. And so every day I'll just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaked out. I'm so upset and happy. And my wife was actually the one who was just like, Ray, why don't you just start, you're always out here in the garage. You're always out here smoking cigars. You've always wanted to do something with radio, or you always have the voice to do it. Why don't you just get out, make a video on that, start a channel doing it? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, what do I call it? And then I had a little plaque back here, and I made this a while back, and it was just called Ray Cigar Lounge. And I'm like, oh, there's the channel. So I started on a Galaxy S10 cell phone making videos. You can go back and watch the old videos. It was in the house before I moved into this one, and the rest was history. I just got a little bit better each time. And the live show actually started on Facebook, on my Facebook group, and I would actually still shoot it on my Galaxy S10, put on a little tripod and put it down there with my other co-host who's not here. We were in the first episode, and the third one. And then when we moved to this house, we started doing the episodes a lot more frequently. And Hawkeye actually came on. Episode 9 was his debut that he came on, and it just became my co-host. So, oh yeah.
I'm also his brother-in-law, so even if he kicks me off the show, he's stuck with me.
Yeah, for real. He's my brother-in-law as well. So, we just kept going ever since. And it just kept more and more consistent, and here we are now. So we 2 years and 500 subscribers later, here we are. So
that's fantastic.
We've been putting in some work, man. But it's been a journey. It's been a lot of fun. So we got to get back to making some more reviews. But yeah, that's how we started out, man. And we're making more shorts and more reels. I'm trying to make more reels off the interviews that I'm doing and try to cut them together and put them on my channel and put them on my Instagram. But Instagram is crazy though, because there's so much. Not only just cigar, alcohol, humidor content. Like everybody is on that space for that. Like matter of fact, I look down and more people are still following me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, everybody they're coming in droves and almost. So it's been almost eye opening and overwhelming. And so I'm like, wow, So it's been a wonderful ride. Yeah. So that's how we all started out. So here we are.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a ride, definitely. And yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I saw
man.
you guys. I always I always follow Michelle. In
Mhm.
going to different places. I saw you guys talked with her a couple weeks back.
Yep.
One of the most wonderful people in the industry. That's and just a hand
Yes.
just down, bar none.
That woman hustles. Matter of fact, I was speaking to her earlier today. She wants to come out to Alabama and do a class out here. I'm trying to speak to one of the cigar shop owners in Birmingham, see if we can get that set up. So she wants to come out here and do a show or do a class out here and everything. So yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. So we're trying to put that together right now. But
Absolutely, just absolutely one of the smartest, sharpest class, an absolute class act. So,
yes,
uh,
that woman is about business.
we are
Yes.
we are very lucky to I don't know, have someone so gracious in our orbit. I'll put it that way.
Yes. Yeah. Very eloquent. I was very honored that she came on the show a few weeks ago to come on and do this. I was like, oh, okay, come on. So yeah, yeah, very confident, very poised. Yeah. I love her clips. Love what what she's doing. So yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And she is truly, truly on business, definitely. But yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's been
What was
good.
how'd you guys pick? This is for both you guys. How'd you guys both pick up smoking cigars?
So I go all the way back to being 19 years old in college, and back when you could be 19 years old and smoke it. Now you got to be 21. But
We're old.
yeah, my father and my grandfather apparently they're avid cigar smokers. My late grandfather, my dad, he told me old stories about when he smoked, and when I was born, he actually had a Monte Cristo Habana cigar from the day I was born. He pulled it out. It was one of the most touching things. I made a clip about it too. He pulled it out. He doesn't really preserve his cigars as much. He's like, here's a box of cigars. I've been keeping it in the closet for like 20 years. And he pulled it down. He knew I was doing my content and stuff like that. He's like, Ray, you want to review this? And he gave me, it was the most touching thing. He gave me two of those cigars out of his box. It was like, son, here you go. And I'm almost cried. I almost broke down. I was like, these cigars were from 30, I'm 37. So 37 years ago. And he bought them I think, at an airport
Yeah,
in Cuba. Now, they were $47, the whole box. You can't imagine how much they cost now.
sure,
But back then,
sure.
it was that much. And he gave me two of those cigars. And I'm
I mean,
like,
conservatively, probably 10 times that much. I think a box of something
oh,
like
yeah.
that's going for at least $400 these days.
Oh, yeah. But I was like, dang, man. But it was really touching.
Did you did you
Um,
did you smoke one?
I have not smoked one yet. I'm
Good.
still,
Keep it as a momentum because they were shoved in that closet for 30 years. They're gonna smoke
yeah,
like shit.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They were just in a dark closet and like, oh, here's a box of cigars. And my mom was like, just give him the box and let him show. He's like, no, I want to keep them. I'm like my dad too. I just want to hold on to them because I've had them for. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I'll give him two of them out there. I was like, but yeah, that was good enough for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, but yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to those. But I'm sorry, Hawker. Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
You use how thick of wood do you use for your Spanish cedar?
I'm sorry.
How thick of wood? I'm just off topic. I'm googling stuff,
Okay.
looking up where to get stuff. How much? How thick do you usually do your Spanish cedar again, or the interior?
Anywhere between a half inch and quarter inch, depending on where it's at and what the purpose is.
Well, for interior, like where the cedar would be on the inside to absorb the
Right,
moisture.
right. That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
parts of it are half inch, parts of it are quarter inch.
Okay.
Okay. I was doing a little research over there. Okay.
I'm just wondering how far.
I wonder where you're at.
Where I'm at.
Yep.
Yeah, where you're looking at stuff. A lot of lumber yards. You're not going to be finding at the big box stores like Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like
I
that.
know.
But a lot of the specialized lumber yards, small mills and stuff. A lot of them often carry at least they'll have a couple planks of Spanish cedar in there.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. What's up? What's up? And yeah, like Miguel said, rest in peace to the garage. Yeah, from the old days. Man, I miss that garage too. It was nice. Had everything set up there. We're literally in a Coleman tent, an old camping tent I used to have when I did scouting with my son. And so we're broadcasting this now. I'm hoping to get a shed soon, but we'll see.
Now, why are you inside of a tent as opposed to being just outside?
Well,
Occasionally it rains.
Occasionally, yes, it does rain. We had a little covered up patio where we started doing the show out there, and in the summertime, especially around July, those bugs were awful. Like they would come on, they would just eat us alive. And so we're just like, you know what? Let me just move this into a tent. So it's been good. It's been good. I mean, when it gets hot, it gets hot. When it gets cold, it gets cold. That's the only thing. So, but it's been much better than out there. So that's where we're starting.
That makes perfect sense, though. I could see you setting up, your ring light or whatever there, and then just being swarmed by a whole bunch of bugs. I'm good.
No, it's horrible. Yeah, these bugs out here are awful. So, but yeah,
and I tell you, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I love camping more than anything else on earth. But you put up a light and you're just going to be swarming with all kinds of different little suckers flying around. And nope, I'm good.
Yep. Yeah, we actually went camping in April. Went up to the biggest cave in Alabama. It was Cathedral Caverns. Beautiful cave. 58 degrees year round in there. I'm like, why can't it be like this all year? It was gorgeous, and people get married in that cave and stuff like that. If you go about,
believe that.
And about almost like it was, I think we went a couple miles down, and people walk all the way down. There's a little actual cathedral, like the stalagmites are like set up to where they look like cathedral, well, like the buildings of the church and stuff like that, the way the formations were made. And there was like a little bench there, and it like a little podium where the Brocks were. I'm like, oh, they got this, okay, and it was really cool. It was really cool, and the lighting was there and set up. So a lot of cool history there. Man, if you're ever in Alabama, definitely go check out that cave. It's incredible.
Really that sounds incredible. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And you mentioned camping. Yeah, we camped out there a couple nights, and then we left the night before, and I was so sad because it rained like the bottom of the sky fell out. We're like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And the guy who went with us, his whole tent he couldn't do it. It just rained in, and it was awful. But so we left the day before. But it was a nice experience though while we were there.
Yeah. Heck yeah, I like that. That's great, man.
There you go. And
I go. Oh, sorry. What about Hawkeye?
Oh no. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, hey,
I thought he was yakking over. I go camping with a couple of my buddies at the tip of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan every year, and we ended up taking my buddy's truck out there, and it takes you 2 hours to get to the trailhead, and then it takes you an hour to go the 3 miles down to where the water is, because you're going down, you're going over rocks. He's going, a mile and a half an hour sort of thing, so he's not bottoming out his truck.
Ooh, yeah.
Then when you get down there, you are as far north on the Upper Peninsula as you can go. The land stops, the water goes, and then there's Canada, sort of thing.
Oh wow!
And it is the most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spot in the entire world to me. And I think I'd like my ashes to be spread there one day.
There you
Tip
go.
of the Keweenaw.
There you go. That is awesome. Been up through Canada too. It was through the Niagara part, through Toronto, and then through very Canada, through there. So yeah, very nice area. Very nice area up there.
I have never been to Canada. I mean, it's nice. Yeah. Canada's. It's my understanding that Canada is kind of like a gigantic version of the Upper Midwest. So.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Now,
Hawk, you've never been up here to Wisconsin for a Green Bay Packers game, have you?
No, not yet.
No. Well, if either of you guys ever get the chance to come through Milwaukee, you guys are both very heartily invited into my shop. I
Oh,
love
cool.
showcasing what it is I do. I mean, if you ever come through Milwaukee,
Thank you,
sort of thing.
man.
I love showcasing what it is I do. It's a very funny space. I'll probably when I'm done with this cigar, I'll probably go inside and showcase it off to you guys.
Okay.
It's kind of a strange place. It's definitely extremely messy, but
Yeah,
it's a workshop.
there you go. Yeah, this whole table out here is an absolute mess. Yeah, where I have my notes and my ashtrays and cigars and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, got a little TV on the side. I'm like, I'm gonna watch some TV or something. And yeah, but yeah, and this is a 12-person tent too. So it's like, so I'm like me and Hawkeye and this table, all that, we're taking about half of the space. So it's like, so I get it, man. Yeah.
If you have a clean shop, like regularly, it probably means you don't work in there or you're extremely obsessed with organization. Most people don't have a clean workshop. I mean, just
Yeah.
constantly clean.
Nope. Sure
Yeah.
don't.
Now, that being said, my shop could certainly stand to be cleaner, for sure.
I mean, organized is more what I meant. But yeah, clean,
Yeah.
organized.
Yeah, I know where everything is. Then that's all
That's
that
all that
matters.
matters.
I
There you
know
go.
where it is.
That's all that matters. Yep. Yep. That is all that matters. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, Ben? Ben Smoking. How's it going? What's up, Ray? What's up, Jason? How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you, man. Good to see you on the show. We're going to be talking to Ben Smoking next on Friday. Well, Friday's show he's going to be on. Going to be hanging out with him. He's doing some pretty cool things in the cigar world as well. So
Tell me about Ben Smoking. Who is this gentleman? What does he do?
Ben Smoking, he is actually growing and cultivating his own tobacco. He's really, I think he has a Discord where he shows people and kind of teaches them like, hey, here's how you roll, here's how you grow, here's the seeds, here's how you cultivate it, things like that. And we're going to go into a little more of that next week when we speak with him and everything. So he's up and coming. So he's truly passionate.
Another craftsman, someone who who knows their craft inside and out. That's something I very much appreciate.
Yes, y'all go subscribe to him as well if you haven't. He also makes reviews. He does cigar reviews as well as pairings with different whiskeys and spirits and things like that. So he does a lot of different content on YouTube as well. So yeah, good dude. He's coming up as well.
Now, how is it that you go through and you find people to invite on your show?
Well, I have Instagram has been huge for it, and I've come across a couple. I've been just commenting and knowing people throughout the year, about the time I've been doing this, and I say, hey, would you like to be on the show? And I ask them. Sometimes they can do it, sometimes they can't, and I just put people together. Like, which is crazy now, y'all. And I was telling Hawkeye this last week. I said I am booked from this month and next month of shows. That does not happen. And even Hawkeye will tell you back in the day, we couldn't even keep one person here. Now we would usually have between like 5 and 8 people who would regularly stay on and watch us all the way through. So it's like, it's incredible. So I just asked people, we just reached out to them. So yeah, like
congratulations. Now, somebody that Michelle knows who actually put me in touch with this gentleman. Have you guys talked to Chevalier?
No, I have not.
I'm going to put you guys in touch with each other because I think you guys would have quite the conversation. He has a YouTube, he's an Instagram show of his own, Conversations with Chevalier. But I think you guys should get to know one another.
Okay, yeah, send me his information, definitely, man. I mean, I always love talking to different people and learning about different angles and aspects from the industry. I'm still learning stuff. I've done this since I was 19. I'm still learning stuff. When I came on here, it was like eye-opening because down here in Alabama, it's like the cigar industry, it's there, but it's not really. So you got a lot of premium stuff, Oliva, Perdomo, Monte Cristo, stuff like that they'll sell here. But when I came on line here. It's like, you haven't heard of this boutique, this one, that one, that one. Like, Ray, that's crazy. And I'm like, they just don't have it. Then when you go to the shop, they're just kind of like I asked, I'll give an example. I asked for the Johnny Tobacco Night, the Room 101 cigar that came out.
The Johnny Tobacco Night.
Yeah, they had no idea what I was talking about. And I was like, what? You know, and then I mentioned another one. I'm like, oh.
People who run cigar lounges, who run cigar shops, you only have so much space for product. So you have to be very judicious about what that product is, you know, and a lot of places they kind of rotate in new things. They keep in a lot. I think there's you know, you have your standard sellers, you have some places rotate in, you know, new boutique stock and whatnot. But a lot of places, you know, they stick to a lot of stuff that has been working for a long time. You know, your Perdomos, your Undercrowns, your Arturo Fuentes, things like that, as opposed to, you know, say something like Principal. Principal has been around for a while, but it's not something that you're going to be finding in a ton of different cigar shops.
It's true. I've noticed that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Even the largest one is actually.
And I think, you know, I have nothing but the most respect for people who are trying to break into the industry. You know, I have the luxury of being able to sit outside of the industry. I mean, I was telling you earlier where, you know, I'm breaking in and I essentially have, you know, one other competitor, that's Elite Blue. But for somebody, so for instance, I got a buddy, Dane Knudsen. He has Montera cigars. They showed a PCA this year, and you know, they're breaking in, but to compete with, you know, with Shop Space, with, you know, Oliva, with Fuente, with Padron, with AJ Fernandez, with all these different things. I have nothing but the most respect for people who try and do that. I can definitely tell you that would be so stressful, and I tend to end up being somebody who I do not like it about myself, but I tend to be someone who's a bit of a shit talker behind people's backs. So I'd be like, oh, look at the Padrones or blah, 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 blah. Something like, no, I would not be able to stop myself from that, and so it's just better to not involve myself in that period.
Fair enough, man. I get it there. And Ben is like, how do you select wood sources for humidors? I like to make a Nelson Alfonso style with 5 different woods to mimic his long-aged curing after rolled cedars, sherry, French, etc.
Oh boy! All right. Well, I'm googling Nelson Alfonso. Let's see here. Okay. Nelson Alfonso. That is not a name. That Alfonso Cigars. That is a cigar. Okay. Wood source. A Nelson Alfonso style with 5 different woods, long aged curing after rolled cedar, cherry, French, etc. Ben, you're gonna have to text me what the heck you're talking about there, because I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know either.
Nelson Alfonso. Right. What if I say Humidor?
There you go.
Atabay Alfonso presentation Humidor. Oh, okay. I get what you're talking about here. I am sorry, I still don't understand quite what you're asking.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah. I'm not sure what 5 different woods means here. I'm assuming that Nelson Alfonso style here is something with something thin, something hold, you know, a single row of cigars with a high gloss piano finish. If that's just kind of what I'm talking about here. Yeah, we'll definitely connect. Yeah, because I'm taking a look at this, and that's kind of just the vibe that I'm getting here. Is a single row with a high gloss piano finish. So, yeah, send me a message, because I'd definitely be interested to hear what it is you mean by that.
And Ben, yeah, I've got his Instagram in the description of this podcast. So if you want to go reach out to Jason, and anybody who's watching, go follow Jason on Instagram. Y'all go check him out on his website. So all the links are in the description. of this video. And any questions also for any of my guests, if we cannot get to them on here, just leave a comment. I'll send them out to Jason, or Jason can just look at the comments and probably reply to you if he can. And we'll go from there. But yeah, no, good question. Good question. He's gonna follow you and follow up with you.
I like communicating with people, so
there you go. There you go, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. And this cigar is incredible.
Let me go take a 3-minute break here. I'm gonna go grab a little bit more tea. I'll be right back. Okay?
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. All right. And Jason has stepped away for just a second. He says he's gonna go get something else to drink. And yeah, while we're here, guys, just a little shameless plug here. Make sure y'all following us on all social media. On our Instagram page, we're Ray_cigar _lounge. I forgot my own handle. Follow us there. All links are in the description. If you guys really enjoy what we do, guys, like I said, we are ramping up production. Like I literally had to add more hours to StreamYard. So if you can support the channel, please do in the description in the section of the video, and check out the QR code right up there to make sure you scan on there. PayPal.com/Ray Cigar Lounge. If you want to donate anything and help us out on the channel. So it does help us out a lot, just so we can at least kind of reach out, get some more equipment, get us some more hours so we can do more interviews. So we're ramping up, man. Like I'm booked from June and July, which does not happen. So we're ramping it up. So if you can help us in any way possible, check those links out and just follow us on all social media. Make sure you are subscribed, and make sure y'all hit the bell for any information, anything that comes up, any changes. Make sure you're following us so you can be in contact and keep up to date with everything that's going on. So yeah. And while Jason's gone right there, I'm going to catch one of the other comments we had here. Just don't want to miss anything that we had. Okay, I'm just going to go through. Okay, he's just saying, "Hey, Fogey." Okay, what's up, Mr. Cash? That was from earlier. Padoka's really hard as well. Okay. I get that. I think we caught up on that. And Todd says, "Glad you like the Martinique." Yes, Todd. That is a very, very smooth cigar. This may be in my top 10 because there's no bitterness. There's no construction. It's good on here. It's been a nice, smooth smoke. Hawkeye, did you like that cigar, the Martinique?
Yes, I really like it.
Yeah.
I smoked it down to where I couldn't hold it anymore.
Yeah, now Hawkeye has a good eye for that kind of thing. When you can't hold it anymore, that's a good cigar. So he smoked it all the way down. And earlier, he was we made a video on our channel a couple weeks ago. Actually, I made 2 of them. We had the Perdomo cigars, and we were trying to see how long the ash could go. And it went pretty far, almost over halfway down. And Hawkeye's like, "Just film this real quick before the ash goes out." So we filmed it for a couple seconds, and he did pretty good on it, man. But he was trying to do the same thing with the Martinique. It was putting it together. So yeah. And he's like, "No, it fell out." So yeah, but yeah, it was good there. But this was Thank you again, Todd, for this one. This was an incredible smoke. I may hit it down to the nub too. I don't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good there.
Yeah, okay, I gotta try the principle that I have eventually. Okay. It's one of those things where there's just there's such a backlog, and getting around to any of them, you want to save it for a good time. But who knows when that time will be? So may as well look up right now, right?
Yep. No, man, I have so many cigars, and I'm trying to do reviews and things like that. I'm like, I just don't have the time to do it, but then I have so many of them, I'm trying to get around to doing them all. But yeah, man, it's just not even 24 hours a day. It's just not enough time in the day just to do everything you need to do sometimes. But yeah, no doubt. And, okay, he's following you on Instagram now, Jason, so he's going to message you with any more questions he has for you. So definitely. And again, y'all follow Jason. All his social media links are in the description, and his website to MilwaukeeHumidorCo.com. So y'all go check him out there, definitely. What you got for round 2?
So, this is oh god, that looks like that camera is shit. This is the This is the Matilde is the name of the company, and this is their Serena. This is their Connecticut blend, and this is the blend that actually changed Connecticut's for me. I thought that I would have smoke Perdomo, smoke the Undercrown Shade,
Yeah.
and it's just like these things don't do anything for me. So went into other stuff for several different years, Maduros and Cameroons, Habanos, and all that sort of whatnot. And this one right here, I picked up a couple of these guys. I got them from the Matilde booth last year at PCA, and I had one of these. It changed my mind on what a Connecticut can be. So I'm gonna light up one of these guys right now.
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
I
It
very,
sounds
very
good.
highly recommend them. They're also an under $10 cigar, so
Oh,
they're
yes.
they're out of this. They're absolutely out of this world. They're like nothing else.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. Todd followed you as well. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, y'all follow the man here, Jason LaGear. So give him a follow it there. All right. Ben said, did we discuss the ideal humidity for lawn storage and dry boxing? He wanted to know a little more about you're the one in the humidor. What would you recommend somebody for that ideal humidity range or
Yeah,
dry?
I mean, essentially, what Bovita talks about is for like a draftier humidor, you want to be doing that 72% sort of thing. For a standard
Mhm.
humidor, either the 65% or the 69% is going to be your best bet. It kind of depends on what it is you're looking for. So, for instance, I do dry box my cars. I keep them at 69% for long-term storage, and then I'll pop them in my dry box, which just has nothing in it, and a cedar for anywhere between 12 and 24 hours, and that'll usually do pretty well on that guy. Um,
Okay.
if you're not dry boxing, then maybe the 5% right there is a better idea. But it really, like everything else, what it comes down to is personal.
Oh
And
yeah.
it comes down to personal preference, and then also trying a couple different methods for a period of time to see what it is you like, and maybe to figure out why you like that. You know,
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. And Jason, do you have any of your humidors? Do you sell them to other cigar shops? Do you have them on display there, or have you done a deal with some that maybe in the area for a couple? Just be like, hey, here's Jason with Milwaukee Humidor, and maybe show them to anyone in the community. Get that kind of business, or do you just primarily just do it kind of online, or um,
everything I do is custom design. I am going to be actually getting my stuff into the first, um, my first brick and mortar this year, and that'll be Georgetown Tobacco in
all
Washington
right,
D.C. So
yes.
you know, cigar shops don't sell a lot of humidors. Humidors are kind of there. Then they might sell a few of them a year, sort of thing. Georgetown will actually be selling them on a fairly regular basis. But like most cigar shops, humidors are there for an example thing. You know, most people when they go into a cigar shop, they're buying cigars. They're not buying. Um, and as a result, it doesn't make a whole ton of sense for me to be trying to get my work to cigar shop.
Yeah.
Given that I'd be having to sell essentially, it's only like 40 or 50 cut on the final price. For something that's just going to generally be sitting there for a long period of time. So,
Mhm.
I'm not opposed to working with shops, but I'm extremely judicious about the things I do work in. I have worked with shops, why I know all this stuff. I've gotten bitten before with like, oh, this is so cool. I'm going to be in a shop. And then, so, Teresa Westling at Georgetown Tobacco made me the offer. She and the owner, David, made me the offer of, we want you in here. We're going to put in a larger order. And they're also essentially giving me kind of artistic freedom to be able to make what it is I want. And so that's
Okay.
actually a big thing to me as well, is, they're They know what they want. They specifically also want me to be in their shop, as an American maker, and artist, and essentially giving me no dictate on, these are the sizes we're looking for. This is
Yeah.
kind of the general outline.
Yeah.
Go with it now. And that makes a big, big difference to me as to,
Good.
who it is I work with.
All right. No, very nice. Very nice. At your scaling and you're looking at, you have those options to do that. Yeah, Georgetown tobacco shop. Yeah, that's a very good one. And I've been trying to reach out to Miss Teresa to do an interview as well. So yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And I guess from a cigar perspective too, with, and I'm sure you've heard about all this generational bans on smoking and all this other mess going on. Is that it doesn't sound like it is, but would that affect your business later on down the road? They got all these bans, and they got one in the UK. They're trying to get one over in Boston. They're trying to get one. Well, some are in the UK and all that. What are your thoughts on that, or is that going to hinder you down the road making humidors, or what are your
I mean,
thoughts?
I'm sure it would. In theory, no, it doesn't, because what I'm doing is not working with tobacco.
Okay.
But I am working with people who work with tobacco. So in that sense, I'm sure that it would affect me in one way or the other. As it stands, we do have the PCA is a great organization to be a part of, and to support, because they are the ones who are fighting against things like, and whereas I'm not necessarily able to convey the pros of um, handmade cigars and such. The PCA is able to do that very, very well, and so it's good that we have an organization like that. Don't rely on the box.
Mm. All right. Good deal. Good deal. And Todd says, the new Lampert Connecticut Relief cigar exclusive is a great stick. I cheated and had a stick, but back on the wagon until July 27th. All right. Or excuse me, July 17th. Okay. Good deal. And Todd asked, Jason, do you have an opinion on seasoning your humidors after delivery, like wiping them down with distilled water? Anything you can do to preserve your humidors and make the life of it last a little longer? What are your thoughts
Sure.
on how you do that?
I would not wipe them down with distilled water. You can
Okay.
easily have way too much water to your wood in that case, and at that point, oversaturation is a pretty big danger. Things can wood likes to move, and I guess best case scenario, if you over humidify it, then it's just going to take a long time to dry out, or to expel some of that, and then that might leach into your cigars and get them really, really wet. I wouldn't even mess around with that, because you don't have a good way of measuring the amount that you're putting into there. Even if it's just something as simple as dipping a cloth in and wiping.
Yeah.
You don't have a good way of doing that. We all my products use Boveda. We live in a time where there is a product that is pretty affordable, that takes a lot of the guesswork out of seasoning a humidor, of keeping a humidor, properly, hydrated. We live in a really good time for that. Those products are also American made, which is really cool. But at this point, I don't know why anybody wouldn't use Boveda, or I guess there's other moisture packets and stuff out there, but I really don't know what the argument is for not using Boveda now, when something that accurate, um, with very little mess exists.
Yeah. I agree there. But when I first got my first Boveda pack, it was like set it and forget it. You put it in there and you just let it do the work for you, keeping everything humidified and everything.
You just got to change them out every 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 days.
Yeah, change them out every so often before they get crystallized and everything. And yeah, no doubt. No doubt there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they make kits for with the size 320s for seasoning your humidors. So honestly, open it, drop it in there, call it a day. You're good. You don't need anything else.
Yep. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Yep. Ben asked, Jason, would you work with cigar brands who make bundle cigars? Or was that what's that now?
I assume so.
Yeah.
I'll work with the smallest runs of custom work that I do are one. I have people that reach out to me looking for one single sort of specific thing, and I have corporate customers like the Newmans who are getting 50 of them at a time. All I gotta say to that is, send me a message, we'll talk and see if there's something that I can do for you. If there's something that you need me to do for you, and that's all you can do.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Ben also says, so they cut cost from throwing away boxes and just refill the nice design box, nice box designed and branded. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ben, you and I are already talking after the show. So yeah, write that down on a notepad is another thing we need to talk about.
There you go, man. Jason LaGear is the man to go to with the humidor knowledge and putting it in perspective, man, is self-made, doing his thing, doing it, man. So incredible to have him on the show tonight. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, excellent. So if y'all are just now coming in, we are enjoying the great conversation with Mr. Jason LaGear here, smoking on some cigars, kicking back, chilling. So yeah, thank y'all all for coming on and coming in. Definitely. And thank you, Mr. LaGear, again for taking the time out to come and sit down with Ray Cigar Lounge, hanging out with two guys.
Thank you very much for the invitation, Ray. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. No, it's been good. This has been a really, really incredible here. Look here. All right. And if you look back
again, if you're interested in following my work, the best way to do it is to give me go look at what I do on Instagram. I post there, basically whenever it is I'm working on a project. Hi, Millie. My puppy's out here. Basically anytime I'm working on a project, I'm posting stuff on there. So, and I tend to get a little wordy. So sometimes I'll be posting, whatever part of the process I'm in and detailing my entire thought process through it. It might not necessarily mean a whole lot to you or whoever's viewing it, but it's a way that I have of kind of getting those thoughts out of my brain.
There you go.
Talking to myself in a certain way.
A true artist, yes, true artisan right there. Break it down through every piece, every aspect of it. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I'm gonna go through. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Hawkeye.
If you're wondering why it's so sticky tonight, it is 96% humidity right now.
It's 81 degrees right now. Like, it's crazy, man. I've got the fan going on right over here. I'm just like, oh.
It says 76 on here, but it's 96% humidity.
That is something that, I mean, you guys essentially have to dry box your cigars then. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Hold up, I gotta let my dog back in.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah. There you go, man.
We get some serious humidity. I think that would be a fun little project. See if I can make a humidor.
There you go. Hawkeye's going to try and make a humidor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Jason, do you listen to any podcasts or anything as you work?
Sorry, one moment. Honey, I got the kitties out here, so I'll make sure she comes back in. Okay. Night. Sorry, my wife. All right. What was that?
And while you're working, do you listen to any kind of music, or you just kind of do it in silence, or you listen to, Ray Cigar Lounge or any other podcasts while you're working or anything?
I listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, anything that keeps you concentrated there and doing that, yeah. And Jason, what's like the most?
There are a lot of people who are much more articulate than I am, and it's always nice to kind of hear your thoughts articulated in a better way.
There you go. No, I'm same here. I'm just kind of ranting off and just then what comes to mind, And that's kind of how we kind of flow the podcast and do everything there. So it's always nice when it kind of flows and connects together. So yeah, definitely. And Jason, what's one of the most memorable projects that you've done since you've been doing this? Uh, so yeah, can do like maybe
America 250 this year was a big one.
okay.
It's easy to say the big projects from the Newmans because they were so large and very interesting, very intricate. The baseball bat ones from last year were,
That's cool.
If you ask me to do another one out of NBA court floor, I would say yes. If you ask me to do another one of another run of the American 250 one, I would say yes. If you ask me to do another large run of making scores out of baseball bats, I don't know if I would say yes.
Okay. Hey.
That was memorable for not good reasons.
Oh,
they're absolutely gorgeous, but like my hand was absolutely screwed up from some of the that I was doing for a month afterwards. Otherwise, let's see here. Some of these projects that I've done again have been things where someone has got to me and said, "I really like your style of what you do and your artistic, your artistic and what it is that you're producing on something that you." And those are the ones that always stick with me, where I'm able to actually my artistic hustle and put down wood signs, these ideas I have in my mind for color, line, the form, geometry, interplay of light and dark, things like that. Those are the ones that really out. It's a truly special project. Something I'm putting, I put 100% into everything I do. But these are the ones I've put in 20.
There you go. There you go, man. And Ben has a question right here. Some factory cigar boxes give the sticks LaGear taste. Lacquer taste there. What are they doing wrong? Not letting lacquer cure, or the wrong placement or supplies?
I mean, that would probably be my guess. Something with not letting the lacquer cure long enough, or overspraying, or using something that's very, very heavy. A lot of the places that are producing these boxes, they're producing hundreds of them at a time, and they're factories. So everything's on deadline, everything's last minute shipping now, sort of stuff. So that would be kind of my guess on that, is that just somewhere along the process something is being rushed, and
Yeah.
if it's box not being properly cured, well, I don't want to say that's also on the cigar manufacturer to know that, because they wouldn't necessarily be able to tell. But if your cigars are coming out of there with a lacquer taste, I would hope that you'd hear about it and you would go through and you'd be trying to change that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and hopefully, Ben, that answers your question there from that perspective. Yeah. I know what you're doing with that. Yeah.
Million different ways to figure out, what's going wrong with things, and that's the only way that you have to be able to fix it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why would you risk, having having somebody, talk about your product? Oh, hey, you enjoying that cigar? Man, this thing tastes like paint. Try to nip that in the bud.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. Well, I think that might be it for the any questions to wrap up from Ray, you, Hawk, either from you or anybody in the chat?
Hawkeye, you got any questions for for Jason. He says he might wrap it up in just a little bit. And anybody else in the comments section, definitely pose any questions, any last minute questions for Miss LaGear here. Not, yeah, I'm going to go on round 2 with my cigar. I got the CAO Brasilia, the box press right there. I'm enjoying that one. That one has my cool down cigar right there. Oh, we got Memento coming in. He said, "What's up, man? Memento Cigars, another fun YouTube channel." Yes. Appreciate you coming on, man. You're coming on there.
How much longer are we planning on going on?
And for the show, we got another 24 minutes.
Okay, I figured you'd go a little longer.
I'm sorry. I thought you guys were going to go for another hour. I can stick around for another 24 minutes.
No, I mean, if you got somewhere to go, just, you know, if you, yeah, we don't hold it.
It's 11 o'clock. Where the hell am I going?
Oh, fair enough. Hey,
to be fair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to work.
No, but yeah, always working. Yeah, love the entrepreneur there. Yeah, but no, yeah, we wrap up at a 2.5 hour mark, and hey, if you want to keep going, hey, you know.
I thought it was 2 hours. Let me go let my cat back inside, pour myself a bit more scotch.
Yeah.
Be right back. Okay?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, and I'm gonna step away for just a second as well. I'm gonna play, guys. I hope y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the new intro if y'all watched it, and I'm gonna I have a new break music too, so I'm gonna play that real quick, and I'm gonna take a step away from here too. So I got a new break video here, so I'm gonna play it in just a little bit, and we're gonna take a quick. I say commercial break. I'm not getting paid for this, but it's a commercial break, y'all. So we're gonna be right back on Ray's Cigar Lounge. We have Jason LaGear in the house, and I'm gonna play y'all the new outro. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Quick commercial break there. Jason's back with us. I am back in the building. Hope y'all like that outro, that commercial music right there. And all right. All right. So we're back in the building here. We are souped up, ready to go. Got my CAO Brasilia, which I have yet to still like. But got my drink and everything ready. So I'm ready to go on here. Spending time again with Jason LaGear of Milwaukee Humidor Co. In the building. So thank you again for coming on, enjoying myself and Hawkeye with this. So I'm going to catch up on some of the comments here. And Ben's going to start us off there. What's your favorite cigar, celebration stick, and daily drivers for you, Jason? What's your favorite cigar so far in general?
Daily drivers. I mean, these guys right here, the Matilda Serena. These guys are fantastic. You know, again, they're under $10. They are absolutely perfect. They go with just about everything I enjoy. I actually generally enjoy my cigars with tea,
Okay.
as opposed to coffee or liquor. So, like a nice, good Connecticut. So, for instance, that right there, and then the High Clear Castle from the Edwardian from Foundation. That's an absolutely phenomenal. Uh, to the point where that one is also like a celebration cigar sort of thing. Um, Otherwise, so Aroma Craft made a cigar for a while called the Wanderlust, or Wanderlust, and I have a few of those, and that's one of my top five of all time. So you know, I definitely am saving those for something special.
All right.
What else? I mean, like you know, a good Padron 1964. Those are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's
Um,
one of Hawkeye's favorites, the Padron 1964.
Yes.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, Lord! I don't know. We can buy them every day, but they're good.
First of all, they're hard to
yeah,
get. There's only one store we know of.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like 2 doors away.
yeah,
yeah. No,
yeah.
I totally understand. I don't know. I've smoked one Opus before, and
Yes.
honestly, I mean, I've smoked one of them. My review of it was fine, you know, but I haven't had any, you know, their crazy releases or Gotta Fire or any or Atabay, anything like that. You know, some of the really high end stuff that some of the collectors face. I haven't had a whole lot of those, so I can't really speak too much about you know the Fuente Oro X 20th anniversary. I have no idea about any of that.
I had my first Opus. I actually did a review on my channel. It was a Fuente Opus X, and it was decent. It was decent. And I'm like, man, this Opus X, like the Rolls Royce of cigars. They're up there in price. And Fogey, the gentleman who I don't know if he's still on, but he was on earlier. He actually gifted me with some of those cigars. So yeah, they're pretty good, man. They're not too bad. Not too
There's
bad. Man.
there's definitely so you know the Newmans they make a cigar called the American, which is all American grown tobacco. They're definitely up there in terms of price because they are, you know, they're handmade, they're hand rolled in the United States and such. And so
Yeah.
something like that, that's definitely a bit of a celebration cigar. My birthday happens to be the 4th of July. So every year on the 4th of July, I smoke an American. I think I have to, you know, that's how it goes by law. Um, but you know what? Like some of the best cigars, some of the most enjoyable cigars for me are, you know, the La Roma de Cuba, Mi Amor. That's you know that's another under $10 cigar that is absolutely fantastic. I've never had a bad one. You
Okay.
know, oh they always hit perfectly. The Undercrown Maduro, those
Yes.
ones are always perfect. I've never had a bad one. The Oliva V Melania, never had a bad one. You
Yep.
know, and you kind of forget about some of those ones when you're chasing, you know, the latest rare drop of whatever. Um, you know, some of those guys, they're the daily drivers are work just as well as celebration.
There you go. There you go, man. And I love that one and the Andalusian Bull. Beautiful cigar. That's what, if you age it really well, that's a good one. This one, yeah, CAO Brazilian, aged that one for a couple of years. Beautiful taste on that one. So yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, man, absolutely. So, yeah, those are really good choices there. Yep. There you go. I'm catching up on some of the comments here. Looks like we had Memento come in, and
Some of them's just me.
and then and there's Hawkeye there. He
Just
said,
ignore me.
"Oh man, oh, thank you." Ben says, "Ray is a pioneer of sorts. I can see other channels now." Oh, thank you, man. I don't know the flatterer. I'm just kind of nervous.
Copying what?
Just interviewing, I guess, bringing people on. I don't know, like, and then the consistency. I try to stay becoming the king of late night. Rain or shine, Ray is on at 9. That's how we roll here in Ray's Cigar Lounge. So yeah, man, pick up.
Comment are you talking on?
Right, I got to pull it up on the screen. Ray is a pioneer of sorts. Thank you, Ben.
We don't do a show. I feel like we don't do a show like any others because I don't know if this is what you're talking about. You can elaborate if I'm right or wrong. But we literally get on here with no subject to talk about.
Nope.
We don't have anything planned.
Mm-mm.
We have our guests planned and that's it. We just get on here, talk, ask questions, kind of feed off the audience.
Yep.
And
just let the show kind of flow. And that's kind of the really nice thing about it. I mean, unlike other channels, everybody can comment. Everybody gets the comments read. It's like a niche community, people that come on. I'm not saying that other channels don't do that, but I'm noticing that we're kind of, the ones that kind of go to all roads kind of lead back to us. And people can just come on in and enjoy themselves. And we're not 60 Minutes. We're not Meet the Press or nothing like that, or 2020. We're just out here having fun, man. That's all it's about,
The 20. You get that is your tag. Ray's Cigar Lounge. The 2020 of cigar shows.
No, we keep it light, keep it fun, and that's what it's all about, man. So, yeah.
Yes, we're always claiming the elections are rigged.
Yes, oh Lord, all sorts of. We talk about anything from cigars to where the earth came from to who built the pyramids to sports. Anything that comes up. So it's anybody throw a comment, a topic, we got you covered. Oh, thank you, Todd. Yeah, I love Pink Floyd. I was listening to them earlier today. Yes, I'm glad it felt like a light show. It was a lot of fun there. Yeah, I've been working on. I'm learning like putting together like different introductions and little clips here and there to try and make it a little interesting. And y'all let me know how the intro went. That was the first brand new intro I'd have done since like 50 shows. So yeah, they're doing me a favor trying to do that. So yeah, Atabay is a fantastic stick. Yep.
Lighter up, burn this one out. Let it burn out.
Okay, and we have Hawkeye actually commented here. So I'm curious on where you guys would like to see the show going moving forward. No plans. There are plans in place, but I'd like to personally see y'all's ideas. So leave them in the comments section. Let us know if you enjoy, our stuff here. And Todd says, "You're doing great, Hawkeye. Superb guests week after week. Thank you." Pull it up here. No one doing that yet. Yeah. Thank you, man.
Interlude. What is?
There you go.
I'm a little ignorant on that. What is interlude?
Yeah.
Period break. That's the intermission sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm like, yeah, why not? Just gotta throw something in there. Keep everybody interested. Like, hey, we're still here. We're just not walking off and doing anything. So thank you, man. I just want to make it like interactive and like.
You know what? If you guys, I will say, you guys are doing a super long show. Most places, they're keeping it to an hour sort of thing. So. Definitely, if you got the time to go, a couple 2.5 hours, then you can get a lot of good conversation out of it.
Definitely. And I always say 2.5 hours, gives you enough time as I'm talking and smoking a cigar.
It flies by.
Yeah,
but that's good. That's a good 2 cigars.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Up and Momento's hitting you with a fast lightning round question. And Jason, 5 cigars for life. Go. I said,
All right. All right, a couple of these guys I've already mentioned: the High Clear Castle, Edwardian, in Corona, the Matilda Serena in Robusto, Padron 1964 Maduro in the Exclusivo. Then Caldwell has The King is Dead.
Mm-hmm.
The King is
I had that
Dead.
one.
It's not the Lancero, it's the Lonsdale is called the Diamond Girl. There's something about that really appeals to me. Now the trouble with that one is that you smoke 10 of them and one of them's going to be real rough, which is very unfortunate. And they're shit right off the truck. You have to let them age for a minimum of 6 months. Completely different cigar. If you smoke it real fresh, horrible. If you smoke it with 6 months to a year of age on it, I mean, I keep probably 40 to 50 of those things on hand at a time, just because I know that age is going to improve them 100%. Completely different cigar. And what would number 5 be? The Arturo Fuente Don Carlos was it the number 3? There, that Corona, or is it the number 4? It doesn't matter too much. But just the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos, and the Corona is also that's a really really good cigar. Cannot go wrong with it. I guess another one too is J.C. Newman does the Julius Caesar, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the Diamond Crown Julius Caesar. Those are really absolutely phenomenal. In whatever Vitola you get, they're always fantastic. Again, I prefer Coronas because I don't have a whole ton of time to go to the smoke cigars.
Yeah.
You always got to get back to work. But the Corona in that format is really dark. It doesn't smoke like a dark, heavy Maduro full sort of thing. There's something unique about whatever tobacco they're using specifically in the Corona, that it has a taste, it has like a quality to it that nothing else that I can think of.
Okay. Okay. Now, and I remember you mentioned you spent a kindergarten teacher, and you went to Germany for a certain period of time, and you came back. Did you specifically want to come to Milwaukee? You said that's like your adoptive hometown now, or did you want to? Why in particular in Milwaukee than like anywhere else in the country to set up shop and do what you're doing now?
Milwaukee's the best city that there is in the summertime. It's like anywhere else in the West in the wintertime, miserable, but
Mm.
it's a phenomenal place in the summertime. The cost of living is pretty good.
Mm.
Again, I'm a mile and a half from Lake Michigan, a mile and a half from Tennessee. That's really cool. People here are really accessible. You know, every there's stuff happening here that is very different from anywhere else. It's a small city with a big, and yeah, I don't know, I just love it.
Okay.
One of my teachers in college, I got my degree in German from UW Milwaukee. But one of the teachers that I had was fond of saying, there was an article that he had read the paper several years previously from the head of one of the large manufacturing companies around here called Allen Bradley, and that's that Milwaukee's the hardest place to get people to move to, the hardest place to get people to move from. And I've been here for 14 years, and I completely understand what he means by that. This is a place that not a lot of people. It's not on a lot of people's radars, or if it's like, why would I move? And then once you come here, you go, I get it. There's just something different about the energy.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Man. I meant to also ask, what's your most controversial opinion? Not know about anything in general, or cigars, or what you do.
My most controversial opinion.
Oh, about cigars. Okay.
I got boy, I gotta really think about that one. All right. You want to hear my most controversial opinion?
Oh, well, there we go.
I guess this goes in the land of politics. But so there, of course, was the famous Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I am no fan of. I am no fan of her whatsoever, and whatever she's trying to do right now with this rehabilitation campaign, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not falling for it. Don't ask me to. That being said, she has one. She was advocating for a while for what she was calling a national divorce, where you know the country kind of splits up, and then you can have your theocracy in one area, and then you can have your liberalism in a different area, yada yada. I don't think she's necessarily wrong about that.
Okay.
This country is really big, and it is very difficult to govern in an effective way when there are a ton of people with completely different values. And so I think that there is something to be said for some kind of regionalism. So, for instance, England, the Southeast, Great Plains, Midwest, the West Coast, Mountain Region, Texas and Phoenix, and whatever that sort of stuff. I think that there is some argument to be made that having several smaller regions as opposed to one gigantic continent stretching country is not a bad idea.
Okay.
And that is my most controversial opinion.
Hmm.
That the United States should break up.
Okay.
Nice. I actually have two, one on cigars and one kind of on what you're saying also.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
My one on cigars is that my most controversial thing on cigars is I believe cigars are healthy in the sense that, yes, maybe they can cause physical side effects, but also people that smoke cigars regularly are more calm, they have it helps your mental health and overall for most people. And I would consider, that every medication has side effects.
Yes.
So cigars have a physical side effect. You just got to weigh that side effect against how it makes you feel mentally and how it helps you mentally.
One of the things they talk about as you get older is it's important for you to have a community, and that is one thing. Where if you're smoking cigars, you're running into somebody else who's smoking a cigar, you get into a community with them, and that much like staying active in your brain, staying active in your relationship, older, provides innumerable health benefit, and that is just
there you go. That's it. Hey, cigars. I should have wore that T-shirt tonight. I have a T-shirt that says, cigars are my therapy, or my therapeutic escape. It was a purple shirt. I should have wore it tonight. But yeah, thinking about that. But yep.
There is actually a lot of study, like actually a lot of fact behind people with mental health problems use nicotine products because it helps them cope. And there's a huge push behind. There's huge facts behind that. They'll also use marijuana because it helps them cope.
Yeah.
But my other controversial fact, based on what he was talking about, was political. Is we spend too much time on social issues politically. And I know people will agree and disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe the civil rights movement was a good thing, but it should have never had to happen. Because there was absolutely zero reason for any of that stuff to be going on. There's absolutely zero. For the right discrimination there's 0 point in discrimination in any form. And the problem we spend is so many people spend their time trying to hate another group that the government has to get in and solve the problem. If we would just, either keep to yourself or, you know, don't bother somebody else that's doing their thing. Don't be an asshole to them.
Right.
We spend so much time just being assholes when our government could be dealing with helping out people in poverty, helping out. We could be spending so much more time trying to get the country regulated financially with everybody than dealing with who's a boy and who's a girl. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. It's not going to affect me, whatever decision they make. So, and that's a current issue.
I think that's a fairly reasonable position.
Yeah.
There you go.
But a lot of people wouldn't agree with. They're like, that's the most important thing ever. No.
Well, I guess another controversial opinion of mine is that this country is and always has been run by religious people, and that's where a lot of you're talking about people who focus in on things like that. Well, when the motivation is either you work to keep society in a particular way, and if you don't, you're going to hell. Well, going to hell is a very powerful motivator. I understand that. If you're being told that if you do not act to preserve society in the way that you think that society should be preserved, you're going to be burned in a lake of fire forever.
Yep.
I understand why you would want to try and get things done the way that you want them to get done.
Yep.
There is
a lot of Bible thumpers around here. Yep.
There is actually a few verses in the Bible consecutively describing that it is not your place, first of all, to tell somebody else what they are doing is a sin. And that, to summarize it pretty much, that if you feel like this is a sin and they don't, then it's not a sin for them to do, and it is for you. The only specific sins are the 10 Commandments, which neither of you is going to follow completely. But, like, it was using meat as an example. But if you feel like it's a sin to eat pork and they don't, then it's your burden to bear, not theirs.
Well, and that's not gonna your personal feelings on the scenario are not going to be changing industrial farming like it's happening whether or not you whatever you think is going to be with that case.
Well, sure. I think so much your struggle with your spiritual opinions and well-being is up to you, not it's not up to you to tell somebody else what theirs should be. It's up to you to decide what yours is.
Yep.
And leave everybody, don't.
Well, yeah, I agree with you 100%, but also again too when your understanding is that you are commanded to spread the message, and again your motivation is either do that or burn. You can say it's everybody's prerogative to believe whatever they feel, and that is absolutely very true. People who are going to be proselytizing, that is something that they feel that they are commanded to do. And ergo, it's going to be happening one way or the other. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to not get into too much of that stuff just because it doesn't get nowhere.
No, you'll never.
You'll never find that common ground. Yeah, with the folks, but that's what it is with that. And Cigar Teller says, "What's up, boys and girls? How you doing? Oh man, we got the Cigar Avengers over in here. Yeah, what's up, fellas? What's going on, man? What is going on?
Oh shit, the Cigar Avengers. So we got Cigar Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
Cigar. Oh god. Oh, we got Cigar the Thing. Cigar Mrs. Fantastic. Oh god. And then Cigar Human Torch. Human Torch. What's the lady's name? Is she Mrs. Fantastic? What's her name?
Okay. Oh. What's his name? Sips and Sticks. I thought he was in there too. Maybe.
I'm willing to bet that the thing.
Stick God Travels. Yeah, I think he was in there too. Yeah.
Cigar Avengers. I have a lot of watched evidence that Dallas Cowboys are not the best team ever.
What about Dak Shepard? What about Dak Shepard?
No.
Wait, that's his name, right? Dak Shepard?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dak Shepard. That's the actor. That's the actor, isn't it?
I didn't know who that
he's
was.
The actor, isn't
Dak
he?
Prescott's the
Dak Shepard. He's the.
Dak Prescott didn't do anything. I mean, the only thing he had was a lot of hype. He didn't really have a lot of. He had what's his name was that awesome running back, and both of them two were a little bit above average NFL players that were kind of complementing each other just right. And when they quit doing that, both of them went downhill. That was about all they had was a coach who knew how to use two above average players, right?
Mm.
Or that's how I feel about it. That's kind of what I saw when.
Yeah.
I think we were all glad that the next one, unless you were in San Antonio.
We got the next one. Yeah. That was a hard fought battle, man, but he pulled it out. Yeah, he said controversial opinions. Dallas Cowboys best team of all time.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And my man says, Jason, your audio's choppy. He says, never mind. It looks like it got fixed there.
Yeah, it's a little bit choppy on occasion, but it's mostly pretty good.
Yes, so. It's fine. You understand it. Yeah. You're good. You're good, man. Yeah. Coming in. Appreciate y'all coming on. Yeah.
I wonder if that 90s humidity we keep having is part of why my cigars keep going out.
I don't know, man.
At that point, you don't even need a humidor.
Yeah. My goodness. Oh.
I tell you, this Connecticut pretty dang good.
Yep. Stuff. Cigar Avengers, we are smoking. I'm on round 2. So Hawkeye and I are smoking on the CAO, the Brasilia, right up here. That's been my go-to cigar for a while. I bought a box of those a couple months ago. Those have been my go-tos just, throughout the week. Jason has right there it's
Matilde. Matilda's the brand.
Okay.
Matilde. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Join the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
God damn it. Neck mic.
What's that cigar? That one that we drank with the Dr. Pepper?
Oh, my father, the judge.
Yeah, if you can ever if anybody that wants to smoke a cigar for the first time, or anybody even has, I would recommend that one and pair it with Dr. Pepper. You take a hit off that, and then you drink a little bit of Dr. Pepper. It tastes like you're eating a premium chocolate, like high quality chocolate.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I would actually, I would disagree with you because the Judge is a very high nicotine. That's a punch in the gut right there. Anybody who's new to smoking cigars, that's a bold one to start with.
Mm.
But the yes for nicotine content, but
it was.
I would kind of think that somebody that's starting to smoke cigars has probably already smoked cigarettes or something. Just I don't know. When I started smoking cigars, I'd already been chewing tobacco for years. So nicotine, I never think about the nicotine impact.
That makes sense.
And,
My nicotine levels are probably through the roof. I mean, I'm constantly on nicotine.
What do you guys are you guys Zin people? You got the pouches?
I use the pouches. I use the Velo pouches. Now, I used to switch between dipping what was it? I would vary from Copenhagen to I never really liked Cope. I liked Copenhagen and I liked the Grizzly Wintergreen.
okay.
So, and then I would also, when I would chew tobacco, which I would buy about a pack of every 2 3 weeks of chewing tobacco, I would buy what was it? I would buy Red Man Golden Blend. That's what it was.
I've never seen the Red
And
Man.
it just tasted like you were chewing on raisins.
Mm.
It was so good.
I think it's really interesting that there are people still out there producing snuff.
That are producing snuff.
Yeah, there are people producing snuff because that seems like something that's I don't know, straight out of like the 1870s,
Now there's a
the
difference.
1700s.
There's a difference between snuff and dip.
No, I know that. I'm talking about something different.
Yeah.
I think it's I was scrolling through something on Instagram the other day, and I ran across some boutique snuff maker, and was like, shit, people still do little lines of little bumps of tobacco. That's crazy to me.
Mm.
I have had the I forget what it's called. It's a little stick where you just bite off the tobacco and chew on it. It's chewing tobacco. It just comes in a little knot thing, and you just bite it and chew it.
Mm.
I've had
Interesting.
that. Those are pretty good.
Never heard of such a thing.
I can't remember what it's called now. Shit, I had it when I was like 16. By the way, that was not legal to use at that age, but I did. Yeah, I started using tobacco when I was like right when I turned 15.
Man, this is up.
Yeah.
And Cigar Avengers, yeah, I saw y'all had Stefan Lampert on your show earlier. I caught a little bit of that. Yeah, very nice. Very nicely done. Yeah, and yeah, the Cigar Brazil is a classic cigar. Really slept on. It's great, man. But they sell out of them in our brick and mortar stores. They sold out of them pretty quickly. So I had to get these online and order them, man. But they're good. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
And Todd says the judge is strong. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I guess I don't really think about it because I don't nicotine content, but that was an awesome cigar. Like 10 out of 10, I would smoke that every day.
There you go. There you go, man.
That's definitely a full-bodied cigar.
Yes.
No, there you have.
Well, I will tell you guys, we're coming on at midnight right here, so I'm going to let you all go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the conversation.
No, thank you for coming on. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Learned a lot more about your company, learn more about humidors in general, how they're made and everything, and what you do there. So that was very, very insightful. We do appreciate you coming on, man, and taking some time out of your day and coming on the lounge, just hanging out with us, man.
I guess my parting thought is we think about the cigar makers, the cigar blenders, the cigar rollers. There's very much an art to that. People, you have to be very in touch with the soil. You have to be very in touch with your growing conditions and your crop and things like that.
Yes.
And in order to make a proper humidor, you have to be just as in tune as someone who is a roller, someone who's a blender, someone who's a grower. You have to be exactly as in tune with that because you are creating something that if it's poorly made, it's going to ruin your cigars, and if it's wonderfully made, it's going to enhance your cigar.
Yes, agreed. Absolutely agree. It is definitely a labor of love to do this and to be a part of this. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Jason again. Nice to meet you, Jason, from Memento there. Always a pleasure. Yeah. Well, Jason, thank you again for coming on the show. You are welcome to come to the 12-hour party, July 25th. Jump on in if you'd like. We're going from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So come on down if you got nothing. If you're not working too hard in your humidors, jump on in, and yeah, man, it'll be a good time. So
I will tell you, I most likely will not be. And the reason
okay,
why is because that is the same weekend as what is called the River West 24. The River West
okay,
24 is a 24-hour bike race, bike race here in Milwaukee.
okay.
And it is one of the highlights of the year. It's Bike Christmas. You look forward to it more than Christmas because it's in July and it's one neighborhood cut down for 24 hours turns into a gigantic party where everybody's just riding bikes around, and that will be at the end of that, and I will be quite.
That's all right, man. That's all right. Well, you enjoy yourself, man, and let us know
Thank
how
you.
it goes. Yeah.
Totally. Thank you guys very much for inviting me on. This was a pleasant chat.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate it, Jason. You have a good night, and we'll talk again soon, man.
Yep. Take care, everybody. Night,
All
night.
right. Take care. Yeah, have a good one. All right. And y'all, that was Jason LaGear from Milwaukee Humidor Co. So there you go, man. We're gonna probably wrap this party up in just a little bit here. If anybody has any last minute questions, we can round it out at the 3-hour mark. Got about 12 minutes before the lounge closes. So last call. Any questions or anything else? And if you didn't get to ask Jason any questions, leave them in the comments section below. We'll tag him in it, and we will let him know. Oh, no, no, that is a negative. Nuh-uh. Y'all will be very disappointed if I strip on camera. And then we will lose subscribers, and then YouTube will just be like, no, dog, no. So we're going to say no to that. But yeah, any other questions that y'all have, you're welcome to put them in. So we're gonna shop at round 2 cigars and just enjoy ourselves. And if you really, really enjoy what we do, make sure to scan that QR code or click on the link in the description of this video. Help us out. We're going. We got guests lined up. We got projects going. And this it's tough out in these streets. So if you want to donate some cash out there, paypal.com/Race Cigar Lounge, keep us going. More or less. And, just support, a great channel, great cause. So, yeah. And if nothing else, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're watching and staying tuned for any new projects coming up. So, yeah, man. Next week, and the show is going to be on Friday. It's not going to be on Saturday. So, Friday, July 3rd, we've got Ben Smoking, who will be our guest on the show. He's going to be going over how he cultivates his tobacco, grows it, produces it, and goes into all the different things about the soil and everything and how he makes his product. So I know he may be trying to make a cigar of his own in the future. So it'll be an interesting show to watch and be a part of. We'll be here same time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be talking to him. So great chat with Jason. Great dude. Go check him out. Links are in the description of this video for his website and his Instagram. So y'all go check him out right there. And yeah, we'll go from there. We're going to...
If any of you's in Florida, we will be in Florida in 2 weeks doing the show.
Yes.
We can hang out with you in a cigar lounge one night that week or something. If y'all, or you can, hey, raise up with it. Y'all can meet us and be on the show that night on the beach.
Why not? Yeah, we will be in Panama City Beach
Yes.
in 2 weeks. We're going to be doing a live show right on the beach right there. So, yes, you can smoke cigars there on the beach. I make sure I double checked with everybody. So, we're good there. And we'll just be doing a classic live show. I don't know if we'll be on here with StreamYard or we'll be on the phone. Might just do it old school, kind of just walking around with it. But we are going to do episode 58 Panama City Beach. We're going to be on vacation, just hanging out a little bit. So still keeping it consistent. The lounge is virtual. We technically have a tent, but we will be out there and just hanging out, doing our thing there. So make sure you join us. Join us there, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and come out and hang out with us. So it'll be a good time. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Yeah, 500 is not the end mark. We're gonna go to infinity and beyond.
And by the way, guys, that weekend that we're in Panama, I will be on camera for the first time.
Yep, this will be the big reveal of Hawkeye. Oh man, I need dramatic music. Hold on. I don't have it. Dang. Oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing. I guess I can do this one here. Yeah, make sure y'all see it. And no, he will not be dressed in a hawk suit. It will be the man behind the camera.
Yes.
He'll be doing this big reveal, showing his beautiful hawk face with the beak, the feathers, everything. You'll see it all. So make sure y'all are tuned into that. So it's gonna be a good time.
You might see me in my bathing suit. I don't know if this is a nude beach, so you might see me in my birthday suit.
We ain't gonna see all that. No, no. But it will be on the beach. No, ain't no nude beach on. That was not in the description when I looked it up. So Hawkeye will be clothed. YouTube and everybody, don't take the stream down. I know how y'all are. No, but yes, Hawkeye will show his face to the world and to the race Cigar Lounge. So y'all make sure y'all say that. So it's gonna be a good time and well deserved, well relaxed. So
Ray is scared every week that I'm on here. I'll say something and get taken off YouTube,
and it has not happened yet. So I don't have any wood to knock on in this tent. I guess maybe knock on the cigars. Got leafy components, so we're gonna be fortunate for that. So yeah, man. So y'all come check us out. Check us out. We'll look at some last minute comments here, and right there. Todd says right here he loves the Jacob's Ladder Brimstone. He thinks it's the best fresh off the truck cigar, but Southern Draw keeps such a low profile, and a lot of places have been doing that. Todd, yeah, even low profiles, keeping some of the gems, to themselves, not really to the public, or making a limited supply. So yeah, man, no doubt. So yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap this party up here in the next 5 minutes. So let us know how you're doing. We're gonna continue smoking on here on my Brazilias. So it's gonna be a good time. All right.
Todd was your number one commenter tonight.
Thank you, Todd. And helped us out with those cigars from earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The Martinique was the opening cigar of the night. So appreciate that, Todd. Going through the collection slowly but surely. We're going through it. So it's been a pleasure going through those cigars. May even do a review on one or two of them. Got to get my reviews going again. So yeah, man, I get those going. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I should have wasn't a stiffy in here, but it's all good. All good there. Okay. Everybody's having a fantastic start to your weekend, or middle of the weekend. Yeah. And everyone's doing well. Everyone is well rested. Minds are cleared. Everybody's focused. Just relaxing your mind as well. So it's been really good. Yeah, man. It's been good. Good.
Everybody left after I tried to get you a strip.
Yeah, see what you did. See what you did. I told you people would be disappointed.
They're disappointed about me requesting. I'm like, no, he might do it.
No, yeah, I'm like, nope, gone. No, You know, we're losing subscribers because of this. Look, no.
I was hoping to get something started.
Oh goodness. Oh.
I'm gonna get that started. There's gonna be a chat
goodness.
one day about strip.
Oh goodness, no! I will tell y'all will be disappointed. No. Ray Cigar Lounge does not condone this behavior. But it's going on here.
He did not say we condemn it. He said we don't condone it. There's a difference.
I condemn it too. No. But yeah, it was good talking to Mr. LaGear today and having a good time. So yeah, last call. We got less than 3 minutes, so let us know if you have any other last minute questions, have any last minute comments. We're going to be getting it there. So
That worked out pretty well. I'm about done with this cigar.
there you go. Got two in. I was at the 3 hour mark. So yeah, there you go.
We need to pick a good night and just go all night.
Go all night.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be a good thing to do at the beach.
All night. Oh man, I don't know. You'll see all sorts of people just getting up, walking around the beach, maybe, and throughout. I don't know.
Well, not only that, but I'm really interested to see who gets home because some of the shows that we've done, we've had you guys from all over the world on here.
Yeah.
At like 2 and 3 a.m.
Yep. Someone said I'm getting off work and I just saw your show, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh hey.
And he was in what?
Scotland, I think.
Scotland,
Yeah, it was a gentleman that was in Scotland. He came on. He was like, "Hey, you still going?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" Yeah, I was like,
I don't
"Hey."
know about you guys, but I love talking to people from all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm very unhypocritical of 99% of ideas, unless it's just like out of my realm of sanity, I guess. And it's very, very hard to get there. But I love hearing people's different walks of life and stuff.
it's always nice.
Fun.
Yeah, that's why I love doing the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
different countries, especially. Hear about what's going on there.
No doubt. It's always interesting to listen to. You're getting it straight from the source. You're getting it straight
Yeah.
from real people and everything. So it's always incredible. Always incredible to listen to. But yeah. Well, guys, thank you all so much for being a part of the Ray Cigar Lounge experience. I am going to try to put out some more reviews. Got a lot of cigars on deck that I'd like to review. I may even try to see if I can put one out tomorrow. Maybe. Got the grass cut. Got a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see. We'll see, man. If I can put out some other stuff. But guys, as always, the links are in the description of this video. The QR code will still be up after this uploads off air. So if you want, don't worry, it's still going to be there. If you can click on the link, if you want to donate or contribute. And all my social media links are in the description. So follow those and stay subscribed. Till next time, everybody. Thank you all for joining Ray's Cigar Lounge for episode 56. 57 is on Friday, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time with Ben Smoking. So make sure y'all are there. Make sure you're staying subscribed. Make sure you're looking for any notification or anything that's updated there. And if anything changes, that it will be there. So make sure y'all are looking for that on there. And guys, we are going to see y'all next time. All for being a part of this. And good night.